It's calorie free.
Who's introducing episode 101?
You apparently. I think you just.
They removed the caffeine, the
Are we
calories, and they just added some cancer. It's a trade-off.
It's delicious.
It's delicious.
The cancer is tasty.
Yeah, it is very tasty cancer, but it's calorie-free cancer.
To be honest, you're gonna get cancer anyway from something.
You're eating enough of things that you're going to get cancer.
Everyone gets cancer.
Here's the real problem: is I don't like the way diet soda tastes. I think it tastes just awful.
And I think 90% of diet sodas are. The thing is, if you tried 100 diet sodas, you would hate 90 plus of them.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, you'll find what you like. But of course, you're going through 90 awful things.
That's
so
true.
I can respect not going through that work.
Do you find one you like, or does Stockholm syndrome just set in and you're
It's
like,
not
this is my
constant,
life now?
Because
No.
orange soda is okay as a diet soda,
And that's why I like Fanta Zero,
but it's
Mellow
still
Yellow
not as
Zero
good
is
as
still
normal orange soda.
basically a diet soda.
I
What?
prefer the taste of Diet Cola.
That's basically a diet
this
soda.
is diet soda. This diet's fine. It's citrusy.
The diet citrus ones, I taste the difference huge. Like you're right, like diet orange soda and whatnot. But colas, I like Diet Coke better than regular Coke.
I think it tastes just awful.
Because regular, it's too thick.
Diet
It's
Dr.
very
Pepper
syrupy.
tastes
It's
just
very
like Dr.
caramelly.
Pepper.
Oh,
That is
it's
untrue.
so good.
It's a jingle.
And then it like burns your throat if you haven't had it for a while, and then
I think that's salvia.
What's burning your throat? That's something else.
when you drink soda and you haven't drank it for a while, the carbonation burns.
No, it tastes. That's goodness going
You know,
on.
Burns
it
so
is-
good.
It's good. As a freaking on again, off again addict, it is.
I'll bring you some Coke for your first New Year's.
You're a bastard.
What? I'm not gonna say. I'm returning the gift. Her
It's
Christmas
the gift that
I'm
keeps
gonna
on
keep-
giving.
No, mine was funny. Yours is cruel.
It's my specialty.
Can it be both?
It's what I do.
Where are you going, Nate? I think we're live.
We are live.
We are in fact
Whoa!
live.
Hello, internet.
Hey,
There's
Andy got new
What is
headphones.
that?
there's someone pooping on.
advertising.
Why?
Uh-huh.
You're watching a poop video. Poop porn. No, it's
What'd you say, Katie?
Andy got new headphones.
He did get new headphones.
I've had these since War Machine Weekend.
Yeah,
When I
but-
got headphones for everybody.
Well, this is the first time I've noticed them.
That's fair.
This is the first time Katie's looked at Andy's head in a while.
I had to look up because I ran out of lives on Candy Crush.
You're like,
All right.
And it back.
Please.
We've been
My
live
friends
for like
sent me.
5 minutes now,
I figured
too.
as much.
hi everybody.
Welcome to episode 101 of Crippled System. where we
101.
ignore you.
Wait, Dalmatians?
That too.
Crippled System 101, where you learn about crippled system. Oh, there I come to sit down.
Cruella de Vil
Yay,
is,
delay.
is one of the new villains on Once Upon a Time.
That's true.
Yeah, they really are just like each season shoehorning in more and more. Like they stopped pretending they were about traditional villains, and
Yeah,
it's just
there's
this
like-
is a Disney show.
This is a Disney show. Well, to
Like
be
last
fair,
season was all Frozen.
when they introduced Frozen at the beginning of the season, it was this season.
this season.
At the beginning of the season, when they introduced Frozen, I was like, "This is a terrible idea." And actually, they did a fairly good job with the Frozen characters.
the most disturbing thing about the
also
Frozen
ABC is
characters
Disney.
is that I know. Yeah,
It's a very
The,
manly thing you just said there, by the way.
I'm aware.
There's like not the Elsa, but there's like the Ice Queen, the older
Yeah,
one,
the older
who's
one.
like 75 and shows a metric mile of tits every episode, and it's like she's showing a lot of boobs for a septuagenarian.
That's how you know she's evil. The more boob they show.
That is true.
And
Most
that's, why,
villains
and,
have
that-
very.
and that's why Snow White's so good, because she has no breasts.
That's
why
true.
she's a good
Yeah,
character.
no, she
If
wears
you-
gloves.
if
I'm
you
like,
look
who
at-
is that young boy in this show? Oh, it's Snow White. I'm going to watch something else now, because that's creepy.
And she was so cute on Big Love. Jennifer Goodwin was so adorable on Big Love
When she was 7, and now she's 8.
when she had hair. Normally, I'm all for shorter hair, but there's such a thing as too short. She has a crew cut.
She has a boy cut, and it's
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
Well, to go with her boy breasts.
Well, that's the problem. Is it's unfortunate.
I don't know. She was curvy in Big Love. I don't know.
Well, she lost something.
I don't know what to tell
Like
you.
your affections.
I never saw
I don't
might
think
not
she
be
misses
sad
it.
about that, Brian.
I never lost her in Big Love.
Somebody already complaining that we're late.
Yeah.
You know, we are actually early because the Packers game I don't think officially ended yet.
Not technically.
No, yeah, technically the Packers game ended.
mean, that's
There's
a
a minute left.
We have a high
If-
class.
If the
listener
Packers
base.
lose, I will
We don't
kill
care.
everyone here.
That is true.
If,
You're
they
not gonna-
if the Packers lose this game, I'll give everyone $1,000 out of hilariousness.
Can
Yeah.
you just brutally injure me? And so
Put
that
that
I
purple one
survive?
left. Put that purple
No,
one
I
left.
don't
You'll
want
get
it.
four in a
No,
row.
I can't have
No, because I wanna
witnesses.
do that.
What'd you say?
We'll just,
I can't have witnesses.
See, that was much better than what you said.
You're still gonna fail because they want your money.
Katie, I can't have witnesses.
So he has to kill you too.
So I would have to kill you too.
But then how will I get the insurance? It would just go to his family.
See, this is why you're not nice.
Wait, all right. So
There
only
you-
if I could be added to the beneficiary as well.
I'll just give it to you on the down low. You can't be added as a beneficiary. Then they would think.
Oh, then they
you
would
were-
know. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That's fair.
Jeremy
And-
adds
and-
Andy, and then suddenly Jeremy randomly is dead.
I'm gonna unadd Katie.
You can't unless I sign off
I
on
know.
it.
In the state of Wisconsin, if you're married, by law, you can't sign over like your death benefits or anything to anyone except your spouse without their written consent.
Weird.
Yeah, it's like a Wisconsin state law specifically.
We appreciate the sanctity of marriage.
I guess.
Also, she gets half your shit.
Also,
Yeah.
she gets half your shit. That is true. Yeah.
And if
Same
and
thing
if you
with,
had
like,
kids,
401k benefits and stuff.
Yep. Any kind of benefits that you get.
if you had kids, she would also get them too.
Well, the kids thing.
You'll get the
Wisconsin,
cats.
Wisconsin is
Wisconsin
pretty
is
tight on
is
that.
violently, brutally pro-feminine when it comes to divorce. Like violently. Have I told you guys? This is a terrible story. Have I told you the story when I was in court for my divorce?
No.
So like I've gone through the whole process of getting divorced, right? Which is a miserable, terrible process.
Right.
And then I'm in court.
Mine went easily because I had her do all the work
Right. When you're married to someone
in
who,
a different state.
who doesn't want to get divorced because she likes having your money,
Oh, no.
like it's a problem.
No,
So
mine wanted to get divorced, and she was 2,000 miles away. So I'm like, all right, just let me know when we're divorced.
Yeah.
And then she sent me a text message one day that says the hilarious caricature of a Texas judge says we're not married anymore. And I said, cool, thanks.
see, no, okay. So I'm in the courtroom after this horrible, terrible, prolonged experience, and I had gotten my psychotic ex to agree to everything. Everything's signed, and there's paperwork, and all we have to do is the judge has to just legally sign it.
All right, but here's the thing: that she is an idiot of a woman.
That's true.
This is why I think that she didn't have a job when they got divorced and didn't ask for any alimony
That's true.
in Wisconsin,
She is an idiot. So,
but agreed to half the debt.
but agreed to half the debt.
I can't insult her without somehow insulting Katie, so I'm going to say okay.
Yeah.
And
we know she's an idiot because she married Jeremy.
Jeremy.
There we go.
I-
Got it out of the way.
Okay, so we got that one out of the way. So anyway, we're in the courtroom, and the judge is looking through the paperwork, and he's like, honey, don't you want to ask for more money? Like, he says this to my ex as we're sitting there in the courtroom, and all he's doing is signing the paperwork. It's like him and a witness, and there's no lawyers or anything, because we don't have any lawyers. And he's just like, you should really ask for more money. She's like, I should ask for more money. And I'm like, what just happened? And he's like, how much more money would you like? She's like, I would like lots more money. Now, bear in mind, she'd driven there in a car that she did not declare in the paperwork, and she had just told me about it outside the courtroom. So I'm like thinking in my mind here, how about you talk about the $20,000 car your aunt just bought you, and we'll make that part of the settlement then. So I'm like trying to figure out how I get out of this nonsense. And he's like, well, how much would you like? And I said, excuse me, can I have a sidebar for a moment? Because apparently that's a thing. I don't know what that is. But anyway, so
You saw it on Law and Order, so you
yeah,
tried
so
it.
I tried
out some terms.
So the judge is like, sure.
Habeas corpus, Your Honor.
That's literally what happened. It was like, this sounds like a lawyer thing. So we step into this little room they have off to the
I
side.
am the law.
Which apparently the courtrooms just have this little room off to the
Yeah.
side. So we step up to this little room, and I was like, look, I will give you $1,000 check right now today that you can go cash if you agree to nothing else and just sign the paperwork. And she was like, sure, done, sold. So we walk back out, and she tells the judge this, and he just looks at her. He's like, what? And she's like, yeah, $1,000 cash. $1,000
That
check.
sounds way better than like $700 a day for the rest of my life.
Right? And so, like, we filled out the paperwork, and the judge is just looking at her like, what an idiot this woman is. We fill out the paperwork, and we leave, and I heard, like, the one of the people say, like, she could have gotten $2,000 a month with that judge.
Yes.
A month!
Yeah.
For, like, until she gets married.
Which then, obviously, she's never going to get married because why would you?
'Cause,
Yeah.
So
Right?
she settled for $1,000 check, and we were done. But like when the judge was just like, "You should get more money. How about more money? I know we've got this paperwork that you guys spent months figuring out together, and like it's been approved by like 14 different people. Let's just add more money for you. Let's just do that."
To be fair, so here's the thing: if she had been like at all smart,
Yeah,
and gotten her 2000, I would have not dated you anymore.
I'm aware, because I'd be super poor.
Good one,
true.
Jeremy. I know, it's just good.
true.
Oh.
But yeah, like the thing is, she'd signed in 14 places that she didn't want alimony, because like it asks you, and then like you turn the page and it's like, "Are you sure you don't want alimony?"
Like, for
No.
reals, yo.
And then you turn the page and it's like, "But really, alimony's a thing."
Well, okay, it's not only because of the poor thing, but then you have like that person in your life for the rest of your life.
Well,
It's
yeah.
just like a clean cut
That's true.
thing.
So when you agreed to date him, did you ask the financials? Like he asked you, well, I need to see some financials before we can date. Was that a thing?
I'm
Or
not gonna say no.
And did you have Excel with you at the time, or did you just kind of have
No,
to
that's
wing
why
it?
I got away with it, because
Right.
she did have Excel with her.
It's like, this looks good.
No, we had some very serious talks about his financial position when we first started dating.
That's the creepiest thing you've ever seen.
That's not true.
Raylene and I
That's
had
not
that
true.
conversation. Ours was like, oh, you're mired in shit? I'm also mired in shit. High five!
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, did you know credit ratings could be double digits?
I'd heard. Mine might be. Mine might be.
You own a
Come a long
house.
way.
I have come a long way.
You own a house right now, though.
No, I have a
No,
house
he
that's.
doesn't.
I don't. That's in her name.
Oh.
From before we got married, because I couldn't have passed a credit check. I was in the process of having a home foreclosed on when she closed on our house.
He actually signed a document that says he has no legal right to the house.
Yeah, because otherwise they have to check my credit, and my credit would not have passed. Like, not
That's
a
how
chance.
Jeremy
in hell.
loses a lot of arguments. You just show up, look at this paperwork, you can be in the
My
streets.
house.
Yeah, my house.
It's true, unfortunately. I have a lot of faith in her. I don't know why.
So now we know who wears the pants.
Now?
Now,
Yeah.
really, Andy?
Yeah.
Well,
now.
there's this paperwork to prove it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing different. Is there's this.
All right, now we've proved who wears the pants.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that still doesn't fit at
Still
all.
doesn't work at all.
No.
And I play Cricks.
Yes, I'm Jeremy, Valiant 418 on the forums, and I play Destiny.
Come to Crippled System to hear stories of divorce and greed.
Yeah.
To be fair, other people's misery is hilarious. Nothing
It is
makes
funny when
someone,
it happens to other people.
People
Shine
love
Freude.
hearing other people suffering.
Oh,
It
yeah.
makes you feel better.
That's true.
You're happy you aren't them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like those candies right there that are supposedly some type of refreshment, and all it is Halls.
Well, yeah. Yeah, but they're herbal candy.
But they're
They're
refreshing.
Original.
herbal candy, but they taste exactly like Halls.
Ninjam herbal
Terrible.
candy original.
Yeah.
It's like Werther's, but different.
And I'm Andy, and I play something called WoW.
Yes, you played Pepe
you
on
play
the
a lot
head.
of WoW.
Head Pepe.
I did watch. After the podcast last week, I did immediately watch multiple.
Nice.
She touched my
I
I
Pepe.
still haven't gotten Katie to watch the
It was a
funny
very
part of it.
stressful thing. to
It's
watch
less
it.
stressful
Once it's
immediately
funny.
after that.
Yeah.
Well,
It sets the
Eventually,
stage.
it has to be stressful so that he can be relieved of the stress and improve as a person.
I watched Hot Rod today. That counts for movies.
Hot Rod's a good movie.
Tell Travis I don't believe in happy holidays.
You can tell him Merry Christmas.
He said happy belated holidays.
Okay. I don't know.
Happy
So we've
Hanukkah.
had two people introduced so
Yeah, who
far.
else is gonna
I'm Nathan. I play Convergence of Cirrus.
My name is Katie and I play board games.
That's true.
You need to
And
get
we're done.
closer
And
to the
thanks,
mic.
thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, Katie
Huh?
doesn't talk into the mic at all.
Just shove that in her mouth.
I tried. I moved it closer.
She's not used to a guard protecting the mic.
It's only been that way for like a year.
And I'll be nice. I'm going to say this: is that if you're listening to us live, and if you like painting, it is Menoth John's 2-year anniversary show starting in 10 minutes.
Yep.
So that's a one-of-a-kind thing you can participate in.
And it'll probably include information about War Machine.
Probably, which ours may not.
Ours will,
Oh,
for
yes,
sure.
that's
We
true.
will for
Ours-
sure talk about some War Machine stuff.
That is true.
We
this
do.
episode.
We have. It's on our list of things. To talk
It is
about.
on our list.
But I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to say, hey, that's a live thing.
Do we have any
whatever.
other
That's happening.
Do we have any other announcements? Because that's an announcement.
I still have an event this Saturday coming up.
This
gonna-
Saturday? Holy shit.
The 3rd, this
I'm-
Saturday.
Oh my
I'm
God,
gonna
when did
sign
that
up for
happen?
that.
This coming Saturday.
Where did December go?
Andy did sign up for that.
I-
Yeah, it went away quickly.
I don't know who has any of the timers or the train or anything. I don't have any of that.
Don't-
Either Andy or someone. I don't have any.
Does
of
Rick have them? Who has those?
Has what?
The terrain and the death clocks.
in the zones. I don't. I gave him
And
all
the
the
What
Zorex.
now?
All right, so he probably
So
has. a
Andy
lot of
has them.
Yeah.
I have them all
I'm
in
just-
my car.
okay.
Good.
In your new car or in your old car?
Anyway,
'Cause that would
my
be
new
bad.
car.
This upcoming Saturday, which some savages refer to as next Saturday, but it isn't. It's this Saturday, the 3rd of January.
2015.
2015,
Yeah.
indeed, because it'll be next year then.
I'm gonna do that
At
wrong for about a
Pegasus
month or two.
Games at 11 in the morning.
So
dice
next
roll
year you have a
10.
event. Who cares?
Yeah, I have an event next year. It's a long time from now. 50-point steamroller. Each of your lists gets a bond. Look in Prime and Primal to find the bonds available, and you get to pick one. You don't have to do any of that die rolling bullshit.
Yawn.
If you're playing Convergence, you don't get a bond, but you do get to pick a jack to get the 4 focus allocation limit increase. That
Oh, yeah,
is a
'cause they don't
standard
have bonds
bond thing. They
because-
don't get to bond.
Because they don't have cortexes.
Normal rules, they don't get to bond. I'm giving them one. I refer to it as extra efficiently calibrated, so they can have
Okay.
one jack that can go up to 4 focus, but they don't get any special bond features.
We have a Retribution caster following us on Twitch.
Nice.
Ron?
Gareth. Gareth is now following us.
I do like whoever it was that Epic Gareth. It's just gonna be a large base with a tombstone because that's how old Gareth is.
It's pretty good.
I do like when your buddy Ryan text messaged you and is like, "I'm making a Gareth list and it's gonna be amazing." Why are you laughing at me for making a
So
Gareth
teammate
list?
his buddy Ryan,
Yeah.
Rhino. I don't know how many of you guys remember him, but he was like, I'm getting into Retribution. I'm gonna make a Gareth list, and I literally just texted back LOL, and he was like, what? And I was like, Gareth. Period. And he was like, what? And I was like, Gareth is terrible. I can't win with him. I've tried lots of lists. Have fun with that.
Gareth. There's always great ideas like, oh, I'll force lock him with a Gorgon, and then I'll
Nope.
feat, and then I'll do this.
And he
then
had
it
all
doesn't-
and he had all the classic, like I'm gonna
Yeah.
have a Gorgon and I'm gonna have Madeline Corbo and then you're gonna die and you're gonna lose, and that's what's gonna happen.
Yep.
But
Arcane Assassin on his guns, it's cool.
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
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 He's still Gareth.
That's my announcement, was the movie. Or not the movie,
The movie, the
event.
tournament.
The event, the tournament that's coming
The
Saturday.
movie this Saturday.
There are like 300 events in Milwaukee. This
Oh,
week,
yeah.
too.
The
one-
10th and the 24th.
Yes.
Which hilariously are the 2 weekends I work, so I won't be able to go to either of them. If they'd done the 17th, I could have gone. But
But that.
But well, except not really. Well, I guess you could
Yeah,
because
'cause
we're
we
gonna
do-
be on Sunday, huh?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
yeah. Oh well.
Oh wells.
Maybe I'll switch with somebody and see if I can get a car.
I'm sure Oshkosh will set up an event on one of those conflicting days because that's what they
Because
do.
that's what they do. Yep. Probably.
Stay tuned for that announcement.
Any other announcements?
Doesn't Chicago do like the third weekend?
Every second weekend.
So
second.
they're doing the 10th, which is also a weekend I work still.
Yep.
Boom.
Headshot.
What?
So year in review? Or do we
Yeah,
have any
otherwise I have
topics?
food here. I could hand out food because we never got around to this food.
I ate.
Okay.
What food do we have? This is the one with like the flavored Kit Kats, right? I do
This
want to
was-
try at
oh
least
my
a
God.
flavored Kit Kat.
This is Travis reminded me of IKRPG. I already made a character, Travis. We're on top of that.
Yeah, I got it right here.
I just need to find my. I had a.
Here you go, Travis. Transcribe that. You'll be all set. All right, good.
There we go.
Travis, I'm not making a character until the day of.
I need,
No, god damn it.
I need to figure out how to name a gobber.
I have characters for everyone except Andy. Andy still has to figure out his character.
You could take one of my names of my snotlings from Blood Bowl. You could have like Jakku Badarakit.
That's pretty good so
I
far.
actually found a website of like
Lupa thingy swiper.
IKRPG names that fit in all of the different like races and factions and stuff. Like I picked a classic Signarin name. Where'd my name go?
I made up my own name.
Katie made it for him. That's true.
People should recognize it. If
Mine,
you don't, you're lame.
Mine is Cade Ironside because that's a classic Signarin name.
So I'm a double idiot. I was just looking forward. I was looking up on the Muse forums to find the message that I got from the gentleman in Hawaii who sent us this stuff. So it's mostly Japanese food, but it's from a guy in Hawaii.
Right.
And because I was going to find his name in the message, the box is right fucking here with
Yeah.
his return address
His name's
info on it.
probably on it.
It's Jamie.
Hey, Jamie.
Jamie.
Yeah. He apparently had good success when he first started playing Mercs because he used that Gordon with the Kayazi and the Spiny Growth list that I use where everything's stealth and immune to blast and armor 50 million. So good job.
You said email. Someone sent us a crazy message on either tweet or Facebook. Is like something about the name of God. Will you please read my email?
Oh
I
yeah,
sent you?
I haven't read email in months.
All right.
I thought Andy was doing that.
You're
No,
even-
That was
No,
your job.
That is your job.
Like 2 months ago, I said I'm out on the email.
You
I'm
never
done.
said that. No one,
Remember that.
not out loud to
Jeremy,
anyone else.
You say things that you said all the time, and they're never true.
I said
Not
this
one person knew. All I know is he's like I think he's like dying in her emails, and he's hoping
It's like
someone
send insulin, and we just ignored it.
Yeah, he needs
Yeah, I
help.
literally haven't logged into the Crippled System email in probably 2 months.
Well, this guy really needs your help, so log into it quickly.
What was his name?
I don't know.
I
He
don't
was-
remember.
He was just, well, of course you don't remember. Look, I just saw. I don't know where the message came from.
Yeah, I saw the message. It was like on Facebook or Twitter or something.
Yeah, it was like, please, for the love of God, read your email. It seemed like it was important, and he was dying, and we ignored him.
Good for us.
his Make-A-Wish wish was that Crippled System would read his email, and then we
Yeah.
didn't, and he
So the
died.
cancer got him.
Can you send another message? Because
We get
Because
so
there's
much.
now 2 months of email in the Crippled System
And
email.
every 30 messages.
well,
get
now
deleted.
now they know that I'm supposed to be the one responding to it. I could probably do that, but
I used to.
You did not-
To be
you
fair, I
did
haven't
not
done
say-
anything War Machine related, including like
but
extra.
this is
Checking
War
emails
Machine.
not War Machine related.
It's sort
This
of War Machine
podcast
related.
is not War Machine related.
It's adjacent,
It is War Machine adjacent.
and
but
the
it is-
email was War Machine adjacent.
No, it's not. It's crippledsystem@gmail.com. If it said War Machine at Crippled System,
I got a
Yeah.
new phone. I can't log into Twitter.
Oops. You should
You
fix
can
that.
download.
Well, no, I
Twitter
have
onto
Twitter.
The phone.
No, I have. I didn't say I don't have
And
Twitter.
then
I
you
said I
log
can't
in
log in
using
because I
the-
logged into my account and then I tried to add the Crippled System account and it said put in email and password, and I tried both the emails we have, the podcast at crippledsystem.com and crippledsystem@gmail.com, and both of those I tried with the only password I'm aware of, and neither of them worked.
I was going to say
Maybe
the
I
password.
typoed.
I'm not
Well,
gonna say
because
the
you don't
password.
log in with an email to Twitter.
It told me to.
You don't.
You don't.
Oh, okay.
You dumbass.
But Twitter told me to.
Well, don't listen to Twitter.
Twitter
It's a
literally
dirty
said
liar.
input your email and password.
That's kind of funny.
God damn it, Twitter! Stupid tootie twats.
All right, so make with the food. I want Kit Kat.
So there was he sent, because I talked about the flavored Kit Kats. So
Sure.
he sent green tea ones, which were already torn into because we had the green tea ones from Thailand. So we also,
So as okay,
I'll just put these out here. There's dark chocolate Kit Kats,
Oh, done.
which people like dark chocolate.
No
Yeah.
one likes dark chocolate.
Good and wholesome people like dark chocolate.
so who brought that dark chocolate with the sea salt here last time?
I don't know.
There's like a little thing of it.
Ooh,
I would have eaten it.
and that is
Oh, I
strawberry.
gave it to Katie.
Strawberry Kit Kat.
It was still left here, and I ate it, and it was horrible.
I brought it for Katie.
That's why you ate all of it, was because it was horrible.
Yeah, I ate it. And I'm like, ooh. I'll try another bite, see if it's still bad.
Dark chocolate Kit Kats, for the record, are delicious.
Well, because
Man, I can smell so much strawberry right now.
right.
Holy crap.
Yeah, the strawberry. It's stop. Put that back.
But it's strawberry.
Yep.
Apparently, Annie called dip.
Stop.
So I'll dish this out during the next thing, so we don't
Okay.
just eat for a half hour.
Okay.
So while we're eating this, we were going to do a 2014 year in review,
Yep.
where we're going to talk about some of our favorite things of 2014. And I think the categories we decided on were movies, TV show, video games, board game, and War Machine model. What do we forget?
Before we start with that, somebody just asked a quick question on
Okay.
on here. Is
I'm really full.
was have I have no man, I have no mouth and I must scream ever recommended?
I don't
The
even know what
story or the game? And a no to both, and they should be to both.
that is. I've never heard of either.
I Have No Mouth and I Scream is a short story about like the last 5 humans alive who are being kept imprisoned and tortured by a super intelligent computer that wiped out humanity.
Okay.
And he just hates people, and so all it does, he just kept these 5 so he could just fuck with them forever.
Okay.
And it's
Wow.
the story of him just torturing them. And
Kind
it's
of dark.
It's very dark. It's very dark. The title actually refers to the one of the characters. He ends up being the last human because the other 4 all die, and the thing just devolves him into a blob that's immortal, and all it can do is feel pain, and it can't die ever, and it has no mouth, so it can't scream for mercy, and so it
Oh
just
my God.
tortures it forever. It's hilarious.
Not really.
No, it's
Sounds
not
like
hilarious
it's
at all.
just,
So-
it's just the
So they
funniest.
made a point-and-click graphic adventure for, like the LucasArts style games.
Yeah.
They made a point-and-click adventure game based on it.
Wow.
Which is awesome. It's great because all you do is like go around and then die horribly.
I would imagine.
So these smell better than they taste.
They're not bad.
Not
But
bad.
I agree,
That's
they
true
smell
about a
amazing.
lot of things.
They smell awesome, but
They smell amazing. The
they-
dark chocolate ones are really good.
I will use dark chocolate Kit Kats till I
Give me
die.
one of
Yeah.
the dark chocolate.
Who
the-
has that though?
And with our list, some of the things we're going to mention things that we've talked about before, so we're not going to go into like a lot of depth in some of these things because we're not going to repeat ourselves.
I will say there's a monologue, and I have no mouth but I scream about how much the computer hates people. There's a great monologue about hatred, and I've posted it like 3 or 4 times on the forums when Jim or somebody does something that pisses me off. One time I posted, Jim did something, and I posted it to him, and then somebody reported me. But the mob was like, no, they're friends in real life. Don't. Because it was
It'll
like,
be okay.
the monologue is so venomous, the guy's like, whoa, that's way over the line, and reported me.
I've done that with people back in. I've argued with people online. And I've said meaner things. I'm like, you shouldn't say that. What's the name of this thing you mentioned?
I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream,
All right.
by Harlan Ellison, I believe is the author's name.
Dark chocolate ones are better.
Yeah, they're amazing.
All right.
Okay, so which one do we want to start with?
Might as well do movies, I guess, just
Okay.
because that was the one that was listed first. And while we're doing that, I'm going to hand out what appears to be... Oh, well, this... Oh, no, I'm not going to do this. I think you actually... It's a cookie, and you use the frosting to draw a panda face on it. That's too in-depth. Maybe
That's
we
a lot
can,
of work.
We can
We'll
film
save
that,
one.
later.
Yeah.
It was like really in my face.
So
Yeah,
instead,
but
we will
we
pass
can't hear
around
you then.
seedless Li Hing cherry. Looks
I
like
almost opened those.
dried cherries with like powdered sugar on them. So, you want to get started on movies?
Sure. I'm going to take a stand for a movie that's going to be very controversial, and nobody really enjoyed it in 2014, but I think it was the best movie in 2014, and that's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Very controversial stand.
I see how you took it. It made it seem like it was controversial.
I went through the list, and there were a couple others that were like, nobody seems to enjoy these, but I'm going to try one
I'm
anyway.
enjoying it. I'm enjoying Brian's. He's like the video of the puppy that licked the lime, and he's like smacking the lime and barking at it because he's angry at it. They're wonderful.
I was gonna try it because I like cherries, but never mind.
It's weird.
It's very weird. It's not bad.
It's not sweet. Like, it's very tart.
It's
Yeah.
tart, but it's not
very
bad.
tart.
It's just not. My American palate is not sure what to say about this.
Right.
Don't throw it up, Katie. Thank
yeah.
you for the food. Don't throw it up, Katie.
Yeah, please.
So
I mean, we record in here every Sunday.
It says enjoy on it. I think there's supposed to be air quotes.
We could marker those.
That
in.
is potent.
I actually didn't hate that. I really didn't.
I don't hate it, but it is very
They're
strong.
Really bad. If somebody was like, it's really potent.
I would not sit here and eat a bag of that. Like,
No.
I just would not.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
you like them the most, so you get the bag.
I can still taste it. It's very strong flavored. It's not sweet at all. Like, and that's the thing I was expecting.
It's almost like it's salt on the outside of it, not
It is.
sugar.
It's cherry, then sugar, then salt. And my guess is that that's almost a three-way tie. Like, it's
Yeah,
very
it's
salty.
Very salty.
You know what they could have done? We could just get some powdered sugar and just mix it into that bag.
I don't know that it would make a difference.
I think it's
How about we
salt
just get
with
powdered sugar and mix it in my mouth?
yeah.
That would be better.
All right, so I said my favorite movie. Somebody else needs to vote.
All right, I'm gonna say Gone Girl. I don't know that I actually enjoyed the movie. It was very, very
Then how could it be your favorite?
because I think it's the most memorable one of 2014. Like we're going
Okay.
through the list, and I really enjoyed some of the other movies, but
I'm still not even seen it. It bugs me. It's gonna be on like Video on Demand soon.
but it's very well done. It's very memorable, and
I have to say that everybody you've mentioned it around that also saw it, like you guys immediately start a conversation about it. Like it's one of those movies where anytime you've mentioned Gone Girl and somebody else is like, I saw that too, and you guys just get into this big debate about something or other and the thing, and well, I think this, well, I think that.
The
yeah.
only thing I know about it is that you get to see Ben Affleck's wiener.
I was not aware of that fact.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Anyway, I would recommend seeing it as well.
Did you ever
But
just-
that's
Ben
my-
Affleck's wiener or Gone Girl?
I can say both.
Did you ever does those cherry things taste like a bag of dicks?
No.
They were, like I
No.
said, potent is the word I'm sticking with. Like, it was
Katie's
just
the
a
most-
punch in the face.
Never mind.
I might say that it's just south of unplayable trash.
I don't know what these are. It's all in foreign language. It's all in kanji of some kind. They look like mushroom oh,
No,
they're like crackers of some kind.
Well,
they've
yeah.
got like caramel on them or something.
Let me try one.
Here.
I want
You want a full one?
Or
I'll
like
try the-
syrup.
I was breaking them up so everybody could try a little bit in case
Like
of
a
disaster.
wafer. Some sort of syrup wafer is my guess.
It has a very strong flavor when you first bite into it,
Here, Katie,
but then
here's
it
a little
becomes
one
very
for you.
mellow. It reminds me a little bit. I mean, I think it's a little bit similar to a rice cake, except it has a very strong flavor when you first bite into it.
That tasted good.
You didn't even try it, you liar. I'm almost like, yeah, I recognize the flavor.
I like the cherries more than this.
Really?
I'm
I
really
actually
glad I
think I-
didn't bite into
I
that.
actually think I like the cherries more than you guys. I don't think this is terrible, but I like the cherries more.
Well, this is very mild. I mean, this is like when you get like a bag of like rye chips or something
Yeah,
like that.
this
And
is
it's just a mild,
it's
crispy
just like
chip.
a cracker with some
Crispy
It's
crispy
like some
cracker.
sesame seed something.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, please don't just toss it everywhere.
I threw it. I knew where I was throwing it. It was a controlled throw.
So Gone Girl.
Mhm.
I heard some sitcoms spoiled it though.
Yes.
So,
I wouldn't know.
soy sauce is what I'm tasting. It's probably like soy sauce on there.
That's your
I
movie?
could buy that.
Yeah, it's soy sauce on there.
I could buy that.
No, my movie, Guardians of the Galaxy, gets another thumbs up from me, and so I will go for what I might have actually gone for. No, I'm lying. Guardians of the Galaxy was the best. But then, because that's already been stolen, I'm going to go with John Wick, because I enjoyed the living shit out of
You
John
did
Wick.
enjoy John
It
Wick.
was solid enjoyment, start to finish.
I would also say, and I looked at the movies of the year. I'm like, what was better than Guardians of the Galaxy this year? And really, nothing was more enjoyable. I haven't seen Gone
Captain
Girl.
America 2?
I have Captain America 2 is I would say in my top 3.
Yep.
I have not seen Nightcrawler, which I keep hearing is amazing, which drives me nuts. I haven't seen Vincent or Saint Vincent, which, from my understanding, probably
St.
enjoyable.
Vincent is something I think would appeal to you very much.
Yeah.
I really want to see St. Vincent.
Well, Bill Murray's amazing.
Yeah, Bill Murray's hilarious.
Any human being would enjoy that if they.
He was robbed of the Oscar for Lost in Translation because they gave it to Shitty McBeats Madonna almost to death. What's his name? The guy who chained Madonna to a chair and beat the shit out of her for 2 days.
This is why I don't watch the news. Because...
Sean Penn.
Oh, okay.
So they gave it to Sean Penn because he overacted really crappily in Mystic River.
Yeah. I'm going to say Interstellar, even though I still don't know if I really liked it.
But
It's an
it was
amazing...
well executed.
It's well executed. It's gonna tie with Birdman. There's movies I don't know if I still enjoyed yet, but it makes you think about them, which is good.
That's fair.
So Interstellar is my choice.
I like how
what was a
Andy left
crappy
right before
movie
his
that
vote.
like haunted my dreams forever is Butterfly Effect.
There's another movie coming out next year that's just like it.
Probably won't see it.
Butterfly Effect 4.
No, it has a different name. It's like the thing.
There was garbage here. There we go.
The something project. What's your movie, Andy?
Oh my god, there's like 8 Kit Kat wrappers in front of Jeremy.
That
Yeah,
may
I
have
know.
happened. They were almost all dark chocolate.
My movie that I will probably go with again is probably Guardians of the Galaxy. Same thing as everybody else. But my favorite movie that I saw in the theaters was Ghostbusters.
The 30th
Yeah,
edition.
sure, yeah.
30th anniversary. So
Andy Raylene and I went together. Had
Yeah.
fun.
Very cool.
Good movie.
so
I was
I
invited,
just
but
wanted
I
to be a
couldn't
little
go.
bit different.
No, that's fair.
All right, I'm gonna start then with TV show.
Okay, knock yourself out.
So this came out I think
Hold
before
on,
20.
wait, quick interruption. Sorry. Has everybody at this table had wasabi peas in their life?
Yes, I'm not having any more.
Everybody has had wasabi peas.
Well,
Yes.
I
Brian
sincerely
does
doubt
not.
Brian has.
But Brian doesn't
Of
want
course I
to.
have. I've had them, of course, all the time.
Wasabi peas are great. We'll save that
They're
for,
very
for
hot.
later. But yeah, they're very spicy.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't.
All right,
sound at all appealing.
this show may have come out before 2014, but the first time I started watching it was in 2014. It's The Originals, which is probably like an ABC Family movie or show.
What? It's CW.
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 Is it as
show.
timeless as Don't Trust the Bee?
No, it's not.
It's
That
still
It
show
has more
is-
than one season.
Yeah, it's
so-
actually season 2. currently.
But that show is amazing. But anyway, it's pretty good. I think it's better than the original. That is a spin-off.
You think it's better than Vampire Diaries?
I think it's better than Vampire Diaries.
I know you enjoy it more than you did Vampire Diaries. Again, I'm going to say something very masculine and manly. I really like both, and so it's hard for me to say whether I like it better, but I do definitely enjoy it.
Well, the problem with Vampire Diaries is you always have stuff in being like, I'm either really bad or really boring, and I'm never like a normal person. Look
Yeah,
at me,
but
I'm-
Elena.
I'm moody and mopey, and
But Elena isn't in this one, so.
I'm trying to keep the wrapper away from the microphone as much as possible, but it
that's
is
fine.
struggling.
They're just droning about CW right now. So
a
that's,
couple
that's
12-year-old
fine.
girls sitting over
Yeah.
here talking about.
like this or that.
I'm Team Jacob.
okay. Well, first of all, who isn't Team Jacob?
Edward.
I like how I had to think about it for me. It's like, wait a minute, who is the other team?
See,
Fine.
here's the weird thing is though, who's anyway. Moving on. Your turn.
Yeah.
These are shoestring potatoes. They're even by Nabisco, so these are literally shoestring potatoes, but they came in a Japanese box.
I am down with that.
It'll balance out what's going on in my mouth right now.
I love shoestring. They don't usually come in a box. Here you get them there in like that can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your...
What's your
Oh,
favorite show?
TV show. I really enjoyed this year of Game of Thrones. I really liked this
You know what? I
season.
forgot that one, but that was a good call.
First season was super good. Spoilers, I guess, not huge ones, but Arya and the Hound. That
Road trip.
I mean, just the two of them was great.
Yep.
They expanded it some in the book. They separate much sooner. They actually separate at the red wedding. So everything after that didn't really happen in the book. And so
They're together a little bit. After
a little
that, but
bit.
pretty
Like they
briefly.
separate like
Pretty
a
brief.
chapter
Yeah,
later.
pretty briefly.
Whereas this the entire season.
Yeah, they're together.
And they're just, both the actors are super good. Maisie Williams and then Yarp guy are great.
Well,
So that's all
because
about
they stay together when they get to her aunt or whatever, and when she finds out she's dead, she just starts laughing.
That was great.
It's one of the best things.
That was hilarious. But yeah, so I really like this year Game of Thrones. A
Yep.
couple, the Carl fucking Tanner, those guys were kind of dumb, but whatever. The guys in Craster's Keep.
Oh,
The really super double dagger villain cliched thug guy was dumb, but that's okay because Arya and the Hound were great.
And well, I don't disagree. Though that was probably the better interaction. The best
was
scene in the entire episode, the entire show to date, was the courtwoom with Tyrion.
That was pretty.
I thought that was amazing.
I was gonna
I
say
thought it was
when
good.
the actress Natalie May, no, not Natalie May.
Are you gonna list the time when someone was naked?
Yeah, because she was super hot in the other British show. And never mind. Sorry.
I personally,
All the blood just rushed.
Danny's
into his
main
penis.
slave chick.
Yeah.
She's beautiful. And I loved her on that other show where they headbutt Hitler. What's that show?
Oh, she was from that?
Oh, yeah, she was in that. And
Oh.
she was great in that because she's
Misfits.
adorable. Yeah, Misfits. And she's
Oh.
a hottie.
Yeah, that's right.
And then she was in this. I'm like, oh, she's hot, and I love her, and she's on Game of Thrones, so I might get to see her boobs.
And
And
then
then
you
I got
did.
to see her boobs, and I was happy because I am
The
a
mind
terrible
of
pervert.
Nathan has been torn down and analyzed.
It was super complex.
It was
Super-
worse.
I like titties
It's like an onion with no layers.
that likes tits.
He's like an ogre.
I would say my favorite scene from the Game of Thrones was the fight between Brianna and the Hound.
That was a great scene.
It started off so slow, and I understand it's not in the books.
It's not in the books.
But it started off so slow, and then it just ramped up the violence.
That was a really good fight
It
scene.
was a good fight scene. I
And
agree.
it was great
Probably
because
my
it
favorite.
starts out like sorty, duely, duely, and then the Hound's like, no, fuck this, we're going dirty.
Yeah.
And then she's like,
Okay.
all right.
And when you go dirty, as long as and he was a taco and she was,
Cheese sandwich.
cheese sandwich.
My favorite was the introduction of Lady Stoneheart.
Not that Nathan's upset about it or anything.
I am going to say my TV show is, and I watch more TV than any. I watch probably more TV than everyone in this room combined.
That's true.
pretty safe to say. At least
Probably.
current.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not counting
Your
Netflix.
DVR begs for mercy.
I have to have a DVR plus Hulu Plus to maintain current TV shows. That's how bad it is.
Pretty bad.
I'm going to say Hannibal. It's
I've heard that's good.
if you like TV and you like intense, dark shows, if you're not watching Hannibal, you might as well just stop watching TV. You failed at life.
I
Give
watched
up.
some Hannibal, and it was all right.
It's
Oh, I
Son
don't-
of a...
there's too much valuable equipment between me and you. Hannibal is by far
if you
the
pay
best.
for it, you can use it.
Hey.
You're lucky I'm out of my warranties on my iPad.
You
So I
are.
just throw it right at you. You duck right out the window.
Yep.
Son of a bitch. But no, Hannibal, it is just too good. It is such a good adapt. The people who make the quality of the show is stupid. For being on NBC, it could be on HBO for the how dark they go.
It is very dark. They do a good job with that. Need some help there, Nate?
It didn't open.
I know.
What's your show,
That's
Andy?
supposed I did it right, didn't I, Katie?
You did.
I did it right. Lift ring, pull up and
Here, let me
back.
try. I want to play with it.
The ring just bent instead of puncturing through. It just. Bitch!
Oh, good. That helped.
That's not how. Why did you? There we go. All right. I got my multi-tool.
The thing about the Hannibal show is it takes place before. Like they're about 2 seasons away from Silence of the Lambs.
Mason Berger has
Oh,
a
so
face
this-
at the beginning of it.
So this is during like Manhunt.
It's basically it's even pre-Manhunter right now.
Because
Or
he's
it's
not
kind-
captured yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a prequel to him being arrested.
But
to be in
they
prison for
want to
Manhunt.
go through the entire. They want to go through all the books.
Okay.
But the thing is, they don't have the license to Silence of the Lambs, but they haven't reached that point yet.
So it doesn't matter yet.
And they keep getting renewed and keep getting. It's one of those shows that gets a lot of awards and everyone loves it, but not enough people watch it.
Isn't somebody off the show that there's being replaced?
Oh yeah, baby.
Yes and no.
I thought there was a character that's being
Well, there's
replaced.
characters that were on the show that are now other
like
places
spicy?
for various reasons.
Well, yeah, obviously,
Not
yes.
really replaced, much less. Here's the thing you shouldn't do in the show. You shouldn't go, I think Hannibal is a bad guy, because you're not the right character who finds out, and then he eats your face.
Yeah.
And then he serves his face to everyone else on the show, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, he does always pretty much do that.
Yeah.
He's like, "You want to come over for breakfast? It'll be delicious. Don't worry about it."
Yes. And it's
Does
all
everyone
organic.
always enjoy the face?
Yes.
he makes it very well.
He's
Yeah.
a good cook. I do like something they saw on QI is that in the book for Silence of the Lambs, he doesn't eat the liver with a Chianti because Chianti is absolutely the worst wine that you would drink with liver.
Because
and so
Chianti's terrible.
that as well. It's also not for like fatty stuff. It's more like for fish and whatnot. And so in the book, he uses the correct one, which I forget what it's called, but they didn't use it in the movie because it's not a well enough known
That's
wine
what
type.
Chianti.
It's kind of funny. Who likes spicy food? Because this is spicy sriracha peas. They're chili and garlic coated, and they're really fucking hot.
And he's pretty.
Everybody should
excited
eat
about
one. We're on TV show. Oh, Andy, TV
this.
show.
And a TV show.
Yeah, thanks. Right away, as soon as I pop them out,
Yep.
they are kind of a little spicy.
Yeah,
A little.
and it lingers. Go
No,
on,
I don't.
Jeremy,
I don't
you
like sriracha
pansy.
actually.
I just ate.
Okay.
I'm gonna go on to 2 TV shows that I really enjoyed this season or this year.
Okay.
The first one was Helix.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys saw that. It was on Sci-Fi. It was kind of like a zombie outbreak inside of a research facility
In Antarctica.
in Antarctica or wherever. No, it's in Alaska.
They're very similar.
But I did enjoy Helix a lot. I thought that was a pretty cool show. They're starting a new season coming
Was
up.
that a spin-off of Z Nation?
No, Z Nation is not one of my favorites.
I liked how Z Nation ended, by the way.
And then it's over.
No. The season,
no,
the
the
season
last-
ended in the best way that I love how all seasons should end this way.
I don't remember
They
exactly. how
launched the nukes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
Which also, funny. I watched Revolution. Me and Jimmy watched Revolution,
Oh, so sad.
and literally they turned the power on. The very first thing happened in the first
Minutes of the
minute
power.
of the power being turned on.
They launched
the nukes. I love the fact that we got power. Let's blow up our enemies with the nukes. I love. That's what happened.
That is exactly
But
what
anyway,
happened.
it's a way
so
sidetrack.
yeah, well, the last like 3 episodes of Z Nation were not that bad though. They worked okay. But anyway, not recommending Z Nation.
No.
The other one I'm recommending that I liked a lot was The Strain,
Right.
and that was on FX.
You talked
And
about that one.
and that
on
was
air.
that one was a very neat take on vampirism, and it's spread throughout New York City. It's a pretty solid show. It did end on a low note in a sense.
too bad.
Kind of almost had like an Empire Strikes Back ending, where everybody is like the villain is still out there, is still at large, and all the heroes are basically shuffling along on their own. And that's kind of how that ended. It was pretty cool.
This is hot sake Ika, and I don't know what Ika is. I googled it, and Google doesn't know what it is, probably because it's a Japanese word. It's the first ingredient is Ika.
If Google doesn't know what it is, there's no way I'm putting it in me.
Katie had a good response. I think she thinks it's crab.
Oh, okay.
I think that might be crab.
did you
like
call it crab
Give
or
it
crap?
Give it a smell. It's definitely
Fish.
fishy.
It's definitely seafoody. Yeah, it's definitely fishy.
It just says fish.
No, I think
I think crab's actually a really good call, but it could just be fish.
It's
Should we go to
vegan.
War Machine?
cuttlefish.
I have a TV show.
Oh.
And it
Cuttlefish.
says
cuttlefish. So it's,
Cuttlefish.
so it's like a squid then.
fish.
All right, Jeremy.
What is it? What's the surname on it?
Squid, right there. Ika, Japanese noun for squid.
No, but what's the?
What?
Yeah, it's cuttlefish squid.
What?
Yeah, squid.
In the what?
All right, spicy squid. I like
For my
squid.
TV show, it's not
A lot of
just-
spicy food. Japan
Yeah.
likes spicy food.
That is true.
Also, the rest of the box is all chocolates, so I was saving
Nice.
the hockey and stuff for last.
So my favorite TV show, and it's not new this season, but I thought it had a really good season. And the reason I'm actually picking it is because it had the best mid-season finale of any show I've ever watched.
Person of interest?
No. Best mid-season finale of any show I've ever watched, which is Arrow.
The Walking Dead.
No. Arrow's mid-season finale
Walking Dead.
was amazing.
Is that the one where he fought the Flash?
He
Because
did
that
not
was an
fight-
episode of the Flash.
There was a crossover of both, actually.
And that was the mid-season finale, and I
That
didn't
was
like
not
that.
the mid-season finale.
Of the Flash.
No, it's not. There's one.
No, there's one more.
There's
after
a
that.
really good one
There's
after
a
it.
really good one after that.
My DVR did not catch
Oh,
it.
there was
then
a
you
really
got
good.
screwed.
Do you have
Yeah, it was
Hulu
amazing.
Plus?
Huh?
Do you have
Regular
Hulu Plus?
Hulu
Do you have
has
regular
some.
Hulu? Do you have regular Hulu?
No, I hate Hulu.
Well, you should come over to
Okay,
my
well,
place and you
regular
can watch it.
Hulu
Watch
is
it.
free to everyone. You can
Yeah.
just watch it.
So you can just go online and go to Hulu and
I
watch
still hate it.
Well, you're missing the best episode of the season of The Flash, probably.
It probably is recorded, but the last one I got was the crossover.
No, there's one more after that, and it is amazing. That one actually almost got my nod because it's new this year, and I've really enjoyed it. But Arrow, has just been so good. Their first
I
season
need
was
to
really
watch
good.
Arrow.
The second season was enjoyable, but I didn't think it was as quite as good as the first season.
Whoa. No one has ever said that. Everyone says season 1 of Arrow is acceptable. Season 2 is great.
Okay,
No one says that, Jeremy. No one has ever said that. I'm gonna go out, walk the streets of this town, and no one's gonna say season 1 of Arrow was amazing. Season 2 was okay. Nobody says that.
Season 1
Nobody.
ramped up as a season. It ramped
did
up.
it. Crap
all-
to decent.
No, all the way up. And season 2 had its highs and its lows. It was like this. It was.
Oh my god.
But season 3 has been amazing, stellar from episode 1 to the last episode. It's just been absolutely fucking amazing from start to finish. Season 3.
Katie, your insurance is going to be coming through pretty soon. The way this day is going, you're going to be giving you a early birthday present.
Just don't tell me anything.
Side note, this is another one that requires prep work. You make little candy and cracker and cookie
Oh, it's kind of
hamburgers and
amazing.
French fries. That's amazing looking.
That is amazing looking.
So we'll set that aside.
Okay. But anyway, Arrow season 3 has been absolutely fucking amazing from start to finish. Would you agree with that
I'm
statement?
not going to argue that statement.
Okay, thank you.
I'm saving my energy. Oh, I'm going to cut off your head with a stick.
So here's the thing that's probably different. Did you know about the backstory of Arrow prior? Like the comics and stuff?
Why
That
would I
he's
give?
basically Batman.
Well, in a lot of ways, yes.
Why would I would never give DC comic books my time?
Okay. Because I wasn't familiar at all with it,
Okay.
And so that's part of it too. Is like season 2 introduced a bunch of like characters that were like one-off, like major characters from the comics that I had no clue who they were, and I don't know if that had some effect on my enjoyment of season 2.
DC has got so much.
They've got so many freaking.
Well,
crazy
I didn't know.
No, their characters are just not. I don't feel most of their characters are either otherworldly,
Yeah.
where they're from outer space,
Sure.
or they're hierarchy, where there's somebody who's super rich, or somebody who's like a princess from a different area. I mean, there's no like everyday hero in DC.
I can see that.
I mean,
To
can
some
you
extent.
name one just off the top of your head?
I mean, the Flash.
Only because of a show. But
Yeah, I guess the Flash would be kind of in there as
I
an
want some
everyday
Haichu.
hero, but I mean, there's
You
no
want
normal
cherry,
person.
green apple, mango,
Green
banana,
apple.
strawberry, or grape?
Green apple.
I want cherry.
Right. These are interesting. They're gummy. The texture, it's firm. Like, I keep chewing it, and it keeps not just dissolving. It's good, but it's weird texture.
It's like old school gum back
You
in
like
the day.
banana. Here's banana, bro.
It's not supposed to
Don't
gum.
trust. I only can trust so much of banana. What's the other two?
Strawberry, mango, all the other flavors
Green
I've
apple.
tried.
All right, I want strawberry.
Ryan's taking one with him apparently.
No, they're definitely good.
They're
Well,
now
yeah.
and later's.
That's
Yeah.
that's the only
Kinda.
thing I dislike about DC is that their heroes are just I can't relate to it as
The DC
compared
pantheon,
to
they are like demigods and gods, whereas Marvel has more just a schmuck with, you know, a little bit of a
I
power.
grow bones weird now. You know, I grow bones out of my skin. Dur, dur, dur. You know, but it's not that, and that person isn't like, you know, a rich person. He may work as a janitor at a school.
I'm still working on the first one. These things last.
These are amazing. I'm keeping this. All right.
They're like now and laters, but they start less firm than now and laters. They just unexpectedly continue
Because
to.
now and later's start hard and
Right.
get chewy, and these are just chewy.
oh,
These
It means there's a
start-
lot more oil in these.
Yeah, that is true. Ingredient 1, oil.
All right,
Actually, ingredient 3, it's sugar, and then oil,
nice.
and then gelatin.
they found the perfect system.
Now, was everyone's TV show?
Let's
Yep,
do War
you get to
Machine.
start category
let's
3,
do
Nate.
some crazy War Machine.
Right
Okay,
here
you
in the
wanna start
middle.
War Machine?
War Machine
Right
models.
in the middle.
All right.
Just change it up.
Do we have? I don't. I don't know if I have anything that came out this last
The
week.
two. So my two factions.
You do.
I do.
You
You
are
painted it.
you
You
joking?
painted it for War Machine weekend.
Okay. Hopefully he's joking.
I did.
Yeah.
Gorshade
For
3.
Convergence, the obvious one is number one, 90% of the faction, but the big key one is going to be the corollary. I mean, any model that's in literally every list you ever make is, you know, the definition
The
of
only
faction
one that I
defining.
wondered if it would push out the corollary for you is Lucant,
Lucant is
which
super
also
good.
dropped in this year.
But Lucant isn't in all of my Convergence lists. He's only in 90% of them.
That's true.
Yeah, Lucant is an amazing caster. Definitely the best in the faction. Purification. I mean, good God, Purification is so important right now. But Corollary is faction defining. If it had come out, I would have, just because it's so goddamn sexy, is the Battle Engine. It has moving parts. How
Oh,
cool
really?
is it? Yeah, the head moves. When
Really?
you assemble it, it actually has like a joint.
Ball and socket or
yeah,
something?
yeah, it's like a ball and socket thing. So its head can rotate after it's fully glued together. So that's neat to me, because if they keep doing that with the hard plastic kits, you can have jacks with posable arms and stuff. That'd
That
be
is cool.
Awesome. And then for minions, for the pigs, I think they really good. The utility light that they got with surprisingly good
Gorax?
offensive output is called a Gorax. Gorax is a great model. I'm glad my faction got it this year.
So, something that Clockwork
Got
Box...
shield guard, Katie. Did you know Goraxes have shield guard?
I hadn't noticed that ever.
Oh, really? Weird.
Something Clockwork Box mentioned about another model that came out in 2014 is there was a bunch of people that were convinced, including you, that were convinced that Iron Mother was going to be the most amazing tits over the top caster ever in the history of forever. And it feels like, as she's been out now for a while, people are like, she's all right.
I think a lot of people try to play her wrong. I think a lot of people try to shoehorn the Backlash assassination in. They try to not just use her as a general utility thing. What is this? Why
Banana.
I do not like banana candy. Fine, I will eat some banana goddamn candy.
I'm going to eat a banana candy.
Ugh, but you probably don't hate banana candy.
don't
I
hate-
hate banana candy.
Well, then you shouldn't eat it.
Well, you should eat it on air. I mean, if you hate it, you should do it for
So
the
it's
fans.
my turn. Now you're chewing.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna say for Scorn, the bugs. They're not even out yet.
They're not, yeah, they don't count as coming out.
But
this
they're
year.
in the book and they're out. And they're
Oh, and the picture of the one. Did you see?
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna necessarily change a faction. They're gonna allow a slight variance of how you play. It's it's gonna add some shooting, but I think it's gonna be add a lot of cool things to the faction.
You don't think 2015 will be the year of the bugs? And
Well, there-
I
will
love
be-
the concept of drag and beatback or overtake or whatever it has. So he gets to pull you an inch, move back an inch, pull you an inch, move back an inch, and just
Yeah.
say, "Come here."
No, it's going to be the year of the bug for scoring for sure, but it's not going to redesign. I mean, the factions are still going to have the same strength, the same weaknesses. It's not changing the dynamic of the faction. It's making some of its elements better. It may make the shooting. It may tweak some shooting stuff, but it's not going to redesign
Won't
everything.
go away.
For Crix, caster-wise, Gorshade 3 gives Crix another way of playing, which
Yep.
is amazing. And you actually can use different models with that list. So Gorshade 3, just for the fact that the faction can play differently. And anytime you
Yeah.
can play your faction differently, it's amazing.
Yes.
And the other thing for Crix is a Jack, which the Shield Guard Jack isn't even out yet either.
Yeah.
But that's going to be used with some casts. So a lot of things I think are amazing for Crix with my factions haven't. Isn't
Your favorite 2014 things come out in 2015?
Yes. It's as sad as it is.
That is sad.
At least Gorshade 3 was above all.
Gorshade 3.
Gorshade 3 came out this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you think of that?
How's it
Hey,
been
isn't it
going?
great how the high chew, where it just doesn't go away the more you chew on it?
I have no mouth and I must scream. High chews get a thumbs up in general, though.
Yeah, these are amazing.
They're like non-laters that start already halfway softened.
yeah.
It's like you put them out in the sun
They're
for a
free
couple
chewing
hours.
now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're, yeah.
I'm having the banana ones.
You want some gummy bears? They're
Banana
real
ones are actually
squishy.
pretty
They've been
good.
in my pocket all day.
Yeah, Nathan doesn't seem
That's a
to think
Ferris
that
Bueller
banana's
quote.
very good, but I think the
Banana
bananas-
candy is... This was the least terrible banana candy. Banana runts are like just...
The best.
The best.
the best.
They're pretty good.
They are the best.
They're by far the worst candy in runts.
No,
No, that's
No.
not true.
They're the best.
What
green.
runt is worst?
the green
None of
apple.
No, that's not true.
Green
I
apple.
don't like the green.
Green
bad.
apple. The
Orange.
the grape is kind of pretty bad too.
I like the grape and the
I think I like
red.
banana better than grape.
I don't like that. That
Save
was
me,
gross.
strawberry Kit Kat.
Banana and strawberry for runts are the best runts. If they would just make banana and strawberry runts, I would just be done. That'd be it.
Ugh. That was real gross, Jeremy. You want to try it?
Coconut
Wow.
Pocky. Everybody
Nice.
here likes coconut, right? So, like, I can literally just take the coconut Pocky home because I'm the only one who eats coconut.
That's fair.
Sounds fair.
Okay.
Don't open it here.
Andy, what are your favorite models? War Machine models.
Candy in my
Mr.
mouth
Chewy.
now.
Yeah, High Chew came out at a poor time.
I'm eating all of it.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Everyone has to have one of these.
What
All
is
right.
it?
So my favorite models that came out this year, I had to be reminded of what models I liked this year
Yeah.
because I haven't played probably since
January.
no
You played
I
in
played
August.
a lot. I played a lot in August, and then I really
Well-
stopped in September and on. But I really like the Cephalix models.
Yes.
Pretty
Shocker.
much all Cephalix.
I have a question. The Cephalix Solo
Uh-huh.
that gives the +2 to attack rolls for
The
drudges.
agitator.
The Agitator. What action does he have that gives +2 to attack rolls?
Star action.
It's called Instigate.
Yeah.
Why the fuck isn't it called Agitate? Or
Why
why
isn't
the
it
fuck isn't he
Instigator?
called an Instigator? Why does the Agitator instigate?
He doesn't start fights. He helps people finish them.
But the Agitator should agitate, or the Instigator should instigate. The Agitator shouldn't instigate.
No, yeah.
I mean, they might be
Fine.
synonyms, but what the fuck?
Yeah, DC.
They're not really synonyms.
Just DC dumbass.
Agitate is usually to shake things up.
Well, but you
That's
can
what he's there to
agitate a
do.
situation.
Right. The
Yeah.
instigate has to start. You can instigate a fight and then agitate it to keep it going, but pissing me off. Anyway, this right here is Hawaii in a can. The only thing it's missing is actually snorkeling in the
Because
ocean.
it's spam.
This is spam flavored macadamia nuts. So I fully assume I'm going to take this can home also because
Also
I love
true.
spam. But everybody's got to try a spam flavored macadamia nut.
All right,
You
I'll
can't.
grab one.
Benefit of
No.
spam.
You can't say no to this, Katie.
Yeah, I can.
You bitch.
I'll try one.
You fun
She just
ruining.
can't say no to Jeremy.
Fun ruiner.
I don't like macadamians.
Yeah, that's why you're not.
It's not very spam flavored.
It's just salty macadamia nut.
It's just a macadamia nut with a wax coating.
No, it's not.
The spam's in the middle.
It's like a raw macadamia nut, so it's waxier because you're used to like.
I think that's supposed to be the spam.
You're supposed to be the spam.
It's really not bad.
Yeah, I was
Pass
just,
around.
no.
That's fine. That was...
Come on.
Andy, pass them around. God.
No, Brian needs some spam flavored macadamia nuts. You dick cheese.
Good.
Jeremy, your War Machine?
My favorite War Machine model for Legion is Abby 2. I think
Take
she,
a nut.
Nope.
Just take a nut.
I think she does things that are
Hold on. I'm giving it back.
not
now.
necessarily impossible for the faction,
Oh,
and
no, I got the lid.
not quite as redefining as like Gorshade 3 maybe, but still very, very different and very, very powerful and very, very fun. She's a super fun caster, which I like. For Retribution, I had a lot of thoughts. They got a lot of really good stuff this year. And one more year like this, and I think they could be they could be a faction
throw
that
this away
can do
from me?
everything. What are you guys doing right now? I'm so
Just
confused.
finish it.
Macadamia nuts. I don't know.
But I think I have to give it to the Houseguard Thane. He technically came out this year, and he is faction redefining. As great as Assyria is, like the Houseguard Thane is more faction redefining.
Abby 2 is
I can't read
unplayable
Japanese.
trash.
I can't read Japanese, but I think that this box turns into a goddamn robot.
I can read some Japanese.
Right? Like,
Yeah, no, you.
this box totally turns into a fucking robot.
There's like lines and stuff that you would fold on long.
Oh my goodness.
What
No, but I
flavor
think
do you
need,
have, Brian?
Oh!
That you've been hogging?
I think you need.
Grape.
Aw.
You got banana.
I don't think he does it alone. I think you need like multiple boxes, or maybe you cut this up.
Travis
I don't know.
says that he can see your iPad password when
My-
you're on the show. Yeah,
Why I've had really?
yeah.
That's kind of funny.
All right.
Please PM that to me, Travis.
I already told Jim.
Are we done with? Oh no, you have to do your War Machine model of the year.
Yeah, what's your favorite War Machine model, Dave?
I really liked the Ram that replaced the Feral because the Feral is already pretty shitty, but now I don't have to care about it anymore.
You like the
Rip Horn.
Nickelback?
The
Yeah, I
Nickelback,
like the Nickelback.
Beatles of our time, by the way.
Yes, dear, we've all heard you say that joke.
These are chocolate on the end of breadsticks, and they look like little mushrooms. Aren't they cute?
Done.
Or
Sold.
dicks.
Also dicks. Oh, that's good stuff.
I think that would be a very funny looking dick.
Don't kink shame. Yeah, those are basically just short pocky.
Those are amazing.
Everybody loves chocolate covered
Right.
breadsticks. And then these are the same thing, but they're strawberry on little cones.
Oh,
All right, so we're done with War Machine models. What was next? Video games, board games. What
Board
do we want to
games.
do? Board games. Board games.
Start
I'll go
with Brian.
first.
No, Brian.
Oh, Brian?
You
Brian,
went
wanna
first with
go?
War Machine.
No, go over there.
I did go first with War Machine. So
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah.
It's Andy.
No, Brian, just stop being a dick. Come on.
no, whatever. That's fine. I'll go first because Brian doesn't want to go first, which is fine. I'm just gonna eat a strawberry on a vanilla cone thing here first. Actually, I'll talk first. This it maybe won't end up being my favorite of the year, but since it's fresh in my mind and I just played it and I really, really enjoyed it just right off the bat, and I'm looking forward to playing it some more. Was the shitty castles of Guggenheim.
Castles of Mad King Ludwig.
The Castles of Mad King Ludwig. It's a really fun game. It's a Euro style game. You draw tiles, and you take turns being the person who puts them up for sale. And whoever's turns they get to basically there's like a $1,000, a $2,000, a $6,000, a $10,000, and a $15,000, and they get to put the tiles up on each of those spots. And then the people buy those tiles and they pay that guy. So you need to kind of put the tiles where you think people will be willing to pay for them, but then you also get last pick. So you want to make sure the ones you want are still on, etc. And then it's got physical tile placement where you assemble your own castle, and so the map has to match up, which is always fun. It's aesthetically pleasing. And it has hidden game scoring at the end, because during the game you can draw cards that give you your own hidden agendas, which is always fun.
I played with the Shays once. I don't know if I'm not sure.
You
if
played with
it
me.
was-
Katie,
oh,
Katie wasn't playing it.
Okay, it was with Dan and his wife.
Dan and his wife, yes. You, me, and
Yeah,
Dan.
I like the game quite a bit as well. I've played it a few times now. It's also I guess it's a real person it's based on.
Yeah.
They based the Disney Castle is based off one of his castles.
This is the same box, but this one doesn't turn into a robot.
Lame.
Or at least, this is hard mode. Because given that it's the same box, it could turn into the same robot, but you got to figure that shit out on your own.
No, I want to make the game more. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
keep it
go with the game I've been playing a lot lately, Shadows of Brimstone.
It'll be awesome.
I've played a million games. It's hard to pick one, but yeah, Shadows of Brimstone. I've already
Solid.
recommended it.
Well,
once.
it's another entry in that line of games that we all have enjoyed at least one element in, is
Yeah.
the whole tile build everybody against the game, like
Yeah.
the Warhammer Quest, those style of games.
It's just Wild
There
West.
was that
theme.
other dungeon one with the dragon in the middle that I died.
That's
Well,
Dungeon Quest.
Well, Dungeon Quest, but that's
Dungeon Quest. But I
that's-
mean, it's that same style of
you're
thing.
creating
To
something
be
as you go.
perfectly honest, all Shadows of Brimstone is a reskinned version of Warhammer Quest with
Right.
updated rules.
It's very different, Andy.
It is not different at all.
In this game, you have to go to town after the dungeon, and you have to roll for things in town. It's
and you have to
completely-
roll for the travel to town. You have to roll when you're in town to
Yeah,
see if
see-
things are in stock. And
Can you be a holy knight on a quest to bring back an artifact that you can never give to anybody?
Nope, I cannot. You cannot.
Then
do
it's not done. Then it's not Warhammer.
Mine was the most corrupted member of our party in our last adventure, and I walked into the church and they said, "Oh, you look like a person of light." I had like one step away from mutating into something, and they were like, "Oh, you are our
You're a
guardian
great
of
guy."
light," and then they blessed me with awesome abilities for next adventure. No, that's honestly all that game is. It's a really awesome updated version of Warhammer Quest.
And
So
I said I really liked that style of game.
if you liked it, you have to get it. It is,
I may play the game a lot.
yeah.
I like different groups I play with now. It's exhausting.
You shouldn't let Brian be your light keeper.
These are wait for
Lantern.
cookies with green shit in the middle. I assume it's green tea because I'm racist.
We've had those before.
We did
Did
have some in
these
the
same things come from the Thailand box?
Yeah,
They did.
because I did have some before, and I went. "Bleh."
All right, Andy, what's your board game?
My favorite.
I don't like green tea at all. The green tea Kit Kats were good,
Yep.
but it tasted like white chocolate. This is not good. For people who don't hate tea, this might be
You have
good.
a Kit Kat.
Yeah, they,
Not my
Cup of tea.
cup of tea. Oh, pinky up.
maybe if you dip them in tea.
I don't like tea.
Yeah, I last time that we had those here, I don't remember who sent them, but yeah, I think we got them from somebody, the guy in Australia. And
Yeah, I think you're right.
yeah, and yeah, I ate one of them, and I'm like,
For people who like that kind of thing, they could be really good.
Just have a high chew. It'll fix everything.
Which-
Was there a
which high
flavor
chew is
nobody
that?
ate? Did like
no, that one's not
I didn't
open.
like
You
the
didn't like
mango
mango?
one.
Is that
I
one
haven't
not
tried
open?
mango. No, this one, yeah, not open. Don't worry about it.
Open it.
No, I've opened and I've tried. It's green apple and you can't have any.
Where's the goddamn mushroom penises? There, I'll go on those. All right, so
Andy,
who's
board
next?
game.
Board game.
My board game, my favorite board game that I played this year.
Warhammer Quest.
Yeah.
No, well, Warhammer Quest doesn't count because that game's about 20 years old right now. I guess I mean I really like Shadows over Brimstone or Shadows of Brimstone.
You mean Warhammer or whatever you said? that it
Warhammer
was?
Quest.
Warhammer Quest.
I mean,
I'm
I
surprised
like that.
Andy likes Warhammer Quest.
Yeah.
I'm shocked
Otherwise,
there.
I did kind of like Sons of Anarchy. I thought that was kind of a neat game. That works well with multiple players. I guess that's Sons of Anarchy. That'll be my game.
Nice. I agree that if we had to pick one game as a group, Shadows of Brimstone would probably be the clear winner. But I actually went with Caverna because I really like Caverna. I really like worker placement games. Something I wanted to say when Nathan picked the Castle of Mad King Ludwig. I usually don't like quick games like that. That's one of my favorite ones I've ever played, as far as like a quick, just brainlessly kind of play it and quickly get it and have fun. I don't usually like that kind. I usually like the deeper ones, and Caverna is super, super deep. Like I've played Caverna quite a few times now at this point, and I feel like there's a lot of different ways that are valid victory conditions in Caverna, especially when you play with the advanced set of building tiles. Like the different possible ways to win are just astronomically large, I think. And I really like that about it. And I really like that it's a game of yes as opposed to a game of no. There's very little I'm doing X so you can't sort of a situation in Caverna. It almost never comes up.
There's at least I'm doing X, so if you want to do X, it's not as efficient.
Yeah,
for
you can do a slightly
So
less
you-
optimal X. But you can still do X.
Yeah.
Oh, you even have to microwave this guy.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
You have to like mix water in and then pour it in the microwave. All right, I'm putting him back.
Fired. But anyway, so Caverna is my vote for this year, and it came out this year, obviously.
Yeah. Points for sending us advanced food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna crack open some of these and see if they were assemblable. Yes, thank you, Jamie. These are delicious, except for the ones with tea in them because tea is terrible.
This is a good amount of. This is not like you didn't spend $1. I mean, you spent whatever. Where's this from?
He's in Hawaii.
He's in Hawaii.
It's the Hawaii money, which is that's a whole different.
It's fake money. It's like coconuts, right?
It's like a lot of.
That's like 7 or 8 coconuts in that
yeah,
box.
it's at least that's a good value. I mean, that's a lot of
There might even be a seashell and 7 or 8 coconuts.
I feel we should send them some food from here.
This has tools. There's an eyedropper here.
That's amazing.
This stuff. Yeah, this literally you have to like add water and reconstitute. This is all in powder form.
We should ship out a bunch of cheese to people when they send us stuff. Just send
Got a
them
little
a
mixer.
box of cheese.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a
This is
shovel.
amazing.
What is this for?
Go this way.
Andy's
I don't
making a
know.
mystery box of fruit chews.
There's instructions, but it's in Japanese.
It's a little squishy.
If we mix them together, because they all look like
Yeah, you
the
can't
same
tell what's
flavor,
what.
so you can't tell what flavor of high chew it is.
Nathan, would you like a mystery flavor that
Hey,
might be
Nathan.
banana?
If I get banana, I'm killing everyone at this table. That's all banana, isn't it?
No.
Like, you're
No.
fucking trolling me.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
That's like 3 or 4 different flavors.
Okay, I mean,
Which one do you
Ate
want?
all of the grape. No one but Brian.
I'm gonna
had-
look
Yeah, I
up
know,
translated instructions on how to
one
make these
green-
3 that
give me one
require
green
making,
apple.
and we'll make them later. Maybe Andy will videotape somebody making this
This
shit.
is the
green
stir.
Yeah.
No.
Just give me one
Nope.
green apple. They say
If you can get a grape
somebody
from
on there
Brian,
has somebody on there
if you
has
can get a
said
grape
that
from
it's
Brian, I will give you a green
Brian
apple.
already ate them all. So
Oh, that's weird.
yeah, give me one grape. I don't want that. That's Hall's.
Here, have some green tea.
Oh, no.
All right.
No, I had.
So Katie's board
Video
game.
game.
Katie's board game.
Katie's board game.
I actually chose Terra Mystica because I feel like with the expansion, especially, we just played that a ton
So it
this
counts
year.
as a game of this year because of the expansion.
Because of the expansion.
I'll agree with that.
We played it a ton this year. It's what we refer to as a light game.
Yeah, for our gaming group, it is kind of a light game. It only takes 10 minutes to explain to new people.
That's true. But I mean, I think it's just a
Once
classic.
you know what you're doing, it's a relatively simple game.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it isn't.
It's an hour, about an hour to the most.
And I have an announcement about Terra Mystica. I finally broke my losing streak. In order to make it happen, we had to play a game where both the get a priest card and the dig card were available, and apparently that allowed me to actually do well at the game.
Well, that and I was off on my own little island.
It's your fault.
Katie
Island of
decided to
Katie.
play the game of I don't want to ever shift power.
I didn't do as poorly as I thought I would.
Breaking news: wasabi is still hot. I literally just like set it on my tongue, and that was a stupid thing to
Andy
do.
wants to destroy himself.
Like if you chew it and swallow it, you're fine. But I literally I put my tongue out and just set it on there, and the
That was a
wasabi's
mistake.
like, "Well, I'll just dissolve here then, boss." And it was the worst idea.
Bad movie, Cars 2. Still hilarious scene where somebody says, "Oh, I think I got all this pistachio ice cream for you."
Yes.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
I have a theory about how that goes down.
Video games.
Video games. Am I starting a new one again? Because Brian
Well,
doesn't
I
want to
didn't
go
actually
first.
start. I'll start.
Okay.
Shadows of Mordor.
Okay.
I played the fuck out of that this last
You
end of
have
the
played the
year,
fuck
and
out of
I
it.
got the DLC, which I haven't played. I'm saving the DLC. I think there's gonna be a couple. I'm just gonna go crazy on it soon. But
When you come out of your WoW haze in 6 or 7
well,
months?
I can play on my PS4 and play what's here.
I think I got a
multi-
strong
Oh,
one.
okay.
Andy.
It's like a multi. I'm
I got one like
But, you
I
know,
couldn't
Shadows
see
of
the
Mordor
P.
is
It
so
was all
much
just
fun.
wasabi.
It's so enjoyable killing orcs in so many ways, and then controlling them, and then
You need a Twitch stream
manipulating
that.
them.
It's
I've
supposed to be
thought
fun to
about
watch.
I mean, it's ridiculous. It's really violent, and then if you like find a really cool war chief and things you can do with him, and you're like, someone found a war chief that was named Dumbass, but it was
Nice.
spelled Dumbass, but it was obviously pronounced.
It's pronounced Dumas.
It's pronounced Dumas.
So he found him randomly. He let the orc kill him, so he would get promoted to a grunt, and then you would upgrade him all the way to a war chief. So then he built up this dumbass.
Chief
all the way.
Dumbass.
Yeah, pretty much. It was pretty great.
That's pretty awesome.
Here's some,
Yeah, Chief Dumbass.
that game is hands down my favorite of the year. That's me.
Andy?
I think I recommended it like 3 times.
I think you have. Hilariously, I still haven't played it.
Only on the PS4, PC, or Xbone. It's actually awful supposing the PS3 and the Xbox.
Oh, if you played on the old systems, I can
They
believe
don't
that.
have enough of the features in it, and it doesn't run as well. So it's only for next gen systems. That would say.
Good to know.
And it's also good in with the controller.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. You need a controller. There's too much going on.
Chocolate and coconut, the best combo. No. Y'all fools. Foolish fools.
I'm gonna have some more chocolate penises.
So my favorite
Those are
game to
fucking
come
good.
out this year, and I have recommended on the podcast here before, is Broforce. Nobody else has played it. Nobody else will play it with me.
I've watched you play it.
But it is an amazingly fun game. I want to do a Let's Play in it soon.
There was a game that was on the Steam sale yesterday that looked very similar to Broforce. It was one of the like side-scroll, super 8-bit retro shoot 'em up. It was called like Time Warriors of Delta Quadrant 7 Time Chrono Time. But I didn't buy it. But it almost made me buy Broforce instead.
You should just get Broforce, then we can play it together. We could stream it as a Let's Play.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
possible.
that is possible.
I might get Broforce.
I know what Jeremy's.
It's gonna be a shock to everyone. My favorite video game in 2014.
Destiny!
I like crappy monotonous things.
You know what? We watched the video on Cracked that makes fun of Destiny, and Jeremy's response to it was, I would like to play Destiny.
It made me want to go play Destiny. Like, literally, Cracked is making fun of the game and saying it's terrible, and watching it made me want to go play Destiny. I'd love me some Destiny. It's an amazing game. I will say this about Destiny. If you're playing on a system that none of your friends are on, it's the worst game ever.
Yeah.
Like, it's a terrible game and you shouldn't play it. if you're playing on a system where you have a bunch of friends to play with, it's amazing. To the point where Katie, like, I play a lot of video games after Katie falls asleep or downstairs on her couch. She won't let me play Destiny because I don't play Destiny without a headset on. Like, I play Destiny with other people. That's how I play it.
There was a thing on Penny Arcade. They had a little skit on Destiny. And then people are like, why the fuck is the Penny Arcade skit on Destiny more well-written than the Destiny game?
To be fair, yeah, that's an amazing comic. It's a comic about... They made a comic about where the Traveler came from. It's just literally a hunter talking to its ghost about who the Traveler is and where it came from.
And the ghost is just like a little companion
Yeah,
that follows you around.
The ghost is just a companion. And it's literally like, all right, ghost, one word, describe the Traveler. And then the ghost is like, well, you can't really describe the Traveler. Like, there's a lot to it, and it's light, and it's dark. And she's like, no, one word. And the ghost like starts to get like really depressed. And at the very end, it says, what does it say? Lonely.
No, it doesn't say lonely.
It's oh god, what is the word?
Well, it's also, but there's all this. He's like, this is a very long.
It's amazing, and
it's better written than anything they've done.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
It's better written than his telling of it.
Well, yeah, obviously. At the very end,
that was awful.
At the very end, like the very end of it, you're just like, oh man, that was like I'm emotionally rocked by Penny Arcade.
Yeah, no, it was really good.
Like really literally.
Jeremy, grab me one of those.
And if it's banana, you're gonna kill yourself.
Yep, that's the one. If it's banana, I'm killing you. Even though you picked the one that I was hoping you would pick.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So play Destiny, play it with friends, and then go read the Penny Arcade comic because it's amazing.
All right, Katie, what's your favorite video
There
game?
are some banana in there, but there's not as many as you thought, because Jeremy and I ate all the banana.
Yeah, I hate a bunch of banana.
There's an iPad game called Waterdeep, Lords of Waterdeep. It's really good. I really recommend it to everyone.
I was trying to write up a. People always ask me, Brian, what iPad game should I get? What And I wanted to write up this thing that was basically iPad games, and then whether it was easy or hard to play multiplayer.
High five.
And I
Let's try it again. There we go. Got it.
I'm glad
That
that's
was terrible.
But I couldn't format my document well enough, so I gave up. That's my story.
That's a good
Let
story.
Katie do it.
Lords of
have to
Waterdeep
eat
is
it all.
really good. Small World is okay, and then Trains is terrible.
But I have like 30 board games and all have various levels of multiplayer.
Those are the three I have. Excuse me.
How is
And
Candy Crush not your favorite video game of 2014?
It didn't come out in 2014.
True.
And also, I secretly hate that game.
She
It's
is
terrible.
She's just right now. People she knows are better than her at it.
It's very
Carl's better than her. Her
It's very
sister,
Stockholm
her mom,
syndrome.
her
Not her sister,
friend.
no.
No, now it's only Carl and Justin Benoit and my mom.
Oh,
Those
but-
are the only three who are above me.
And once you get ahead of them, you can stop again.
Yeah.
She's gonna pull a Brian once she gets ahead of him and just smash it in half, her iPad in half.
I already
Scared.
started.
Scared. That's what the word is. Scared.
Yep.
That's like it's an emotionally rocking comic.
So
Okay.
anyway, that's my board game.
Video game.
That's my video game. That's what I said.
Uh-huh.
It's on video.
I'm saving mine because it's my recommendation this week.
You're saving your video game? Okay.
So then we have what's left?
Nothing.
That's it.
Now it's movies, TVs, War Machine, board games, and video games.
Boom, done. Do we have any
That's hot.
not that we need to go through everything? Is there any like generic list people have for 2015? Like any not really. I don't want to go through all 5, obviously. But
I wish one of us had bothered to look up what our New Year's resolutions were last year.
None of us did any of our resolutions. We all failed.
I worked towards mine. I said that I wanted to compete in a Masters qualifier, which I did do at Adepticon, of all places,
I still have 3 days
to paint.
to complete my resolution.
I believe your resolution was to paint your entire troll army.
No, I don't think so.
I think it was.
No.
I realized how long this year has been. Like, I Frankenstein, I think is the first one we went to go see on Pain Train. Came
Yeah.
out this year, and I thought for sure that it had come out in 2013 because
No.
there's no
And
way.
not like January either. It was like
it was January.
was it
It
January?
was January 5th.
That's a January.
It was the
movie.
first movie you mentioned when you went through the list. of
Oh,
2014.
okay. But I thought I thought I'd already got into favorite.
But still, it was remarkable.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
Because I feel like this year went by really slowly then.
There was a lot to it. There was a lot to this year. I would agree. And there were a lot of memorable things that happened. I just don't want to like recollect every moment of my life because that's boring for everyone. But
Every convention we went to was great. Everyone we met was great.
Yeah.
Everything
That's
was
not
great.
true.
well, there was the captain. We hung out with the captain. So everybody else.
I like that Tort and Black are arguing about statistics in
Yes.
resistance in the thread for last week's episode.
That's true.
Were they?
Yes, they're 100% arguing about them.
Oh my god.
There was some comment about watching the. Evidently, they wanted to see the video of you reacting because you got all the emotion.
Yeah, her video of Black reacting was great.
Oh, I've got.
Well, no, when I brought it up, she's like, "Oh my god!"
Yep.
That's why I brought it up, was just to make her angry.
It was pretty fantastic.
It's
Well,
worth it.
I am calmer person this week.
Are you?
Yes.
Candy slow her down. She doesn't. I'll get you a Coke. I'll give you some energy.
Yeah.
Don't you dare.
So we can jump into Zappity Grumbles then,
We probably can.
or I'd be like,
We got
are we gonna
Keith
talk about
Corner.
anything that we're gonna do for next year?
Well, that would be
prefer
next
not-
episode. The first
Well, I
episode
have-
of 2015.
First
Hopefully
episode
not
of the year.
leaving.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's
All
fine.
right.
I'm not gonna talk about the game. Okay.
What?
What do you want to talk about?
Nothing. We're doing 2015.
Oh, we're talking about Gamergate.
No what?
No.
I
What?
thought
No,
we're
we're
not
gonna wait
talking
till
about
next
that.
week to talk about next year stuff.
I mean, we
Okay,
can.
sure.
I was just saying.
That's
If you
cool.
guys want to do it now, what time?
I don't really have much. I don't.
I don't much either.
do it
I mean,
next.
I'm going to 3 or 4 conventions this year,
Mhm.
depending if I make it to Gen Con, because I'm going to
Zappity.
do. I'm going to do Adepticon. I'm going
Rumble.
to do War Machine Weekend, and I'm going to do the one that's down in St. Louis, Daikon.
Daikon.
And
Machine
I'm
Weekend.
going to do at the Daikon and Adepticon at least. I'm going to do Iron Gauntlet and Hardcore and Masters qualifiers
Wow.
at all 3 because I'm going to be more competitive this year.
Uh-huh. Very cool.
Boom.
All right.
I'm going to Gen Con, and that's it.
I thought we just said we're doing this next year.
Well, he started.
Next week.
Why would we do it next week? That's easy. They said they had like nothing. Unless you had something big you want to say about.
Well, I was gonna talk about next week.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
How about now?
Okay,
All
fine.
right, fine. We'll see. Never mind. Forget I said anything.
I
We'll talk
may
about
or
this
may
next
not
week.
go to Gen Con next year, and that's it.
We're running about an hour 15 in right now.
Zappity.
So if we go in through
Grumble.
Zappity Grumbles, we'll be.
My electronic devices are dead. Somebody else has to zap it. Yes.
Zappity.
That's fine. I got it.
My spells are ready.
Was somebody supposed to vamp during this?
Ba 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 boom.
I can't go to Twitter because it won't let me log in. on Twitter.
Travis asks, favorite gift you've received this holiday?
I technically haven't received it yet, but I'm really excited about my gaming table. I've seen pictures. It
You
should be here
still
this week.
haven't got it yet?
It'll be here in the next week or two. It'll be here before our IKRPG session, but it may not be here
Hopefully.
very long. Like we might be setting it up before we play IKRPG, sort of a thing.
All of your friendships is the only gift I need.
All right then.
I have
Mine was the
Facebook here, by
best.
the way, Andy. So when you're done with Twitter,
Oh.
just let me know.
I think I'm done.
Okay. Well, then that's good. Let's go quickly then. Robert Darevsky asks, "What's the second caster I should get my 8-year-old son for his protectorate?"
Card chef.
What's the first caster?
They come with Krios.
Oh, well then Fiora 2. I think Fiora 2 is a very good caster for a kid to
like
play.
About with
setting
that battle
things
box.
Yeah, kids get to
I was
fire.
gonna say Fiora 1.
Fiora 1 might
because
actually be more
kids
fun for a
like
kid.
setting things on
Yeah,
fire.
that's fair. Fiora 1.
Fiora 2 might be better than Fiora 1, but he gets to feat and then put all those fire tokens down and laugh.
That's true.
I'm having fun. Yay.
That's fair.
Yeah, that was my spine. It does that. Sorry,
Okay.
Katie. Zappity.
Grumble.
Seth Watkins says, I've played Ret for years and am just starting Legion. What do I have to do to ensure I don't turn into Jeremy?
Play infantry?
You could play infantry. You'd lose a lot.
Win?
I win with Legion. Not,
Alright, Zappity.
not always
Sorry.
the mirror match.
Ollie Knox says, what would you have liked to achieve, family, work, games, etc., by episode 200? Do any of you have any secret ambitions? Game dine, write a book, quit job and live in China, have 5 children? Question mark.
See, episode 200 is. Let's see, we've been doing this for like 2 years, so that'd be in 2 years.
Yeah, about 2 years.
So we do it
Yeah.
roughly every week, yeah.
Because each year is about 52
Three
episodes.
of us will be dead by episode 200.
2 years from now, I want to have a house.
Good goal.
Because the plan
Right
is...
next to ours, because we have to get somewhere in between Brian and us.
Sure.
So you
and
can
they'll all
stop
be the
and
same
get you
house.
and
You should go with your own.
You wouldn't just meet at my house in the middle. You both wouldn't come 2 houses in. You would have one person go 2 houses to pick me up, and then go 2 more houses to the other house.
No, what we do is we'd walk by your house, we'd ding-dong ditch you, and then go to the other person's house.
He'll have a gaming table. So.
Because I know that she's not joking. She legitimately would not be willing to come to the middle ground that's a half a block away.
Maybe I can leave a little post-it on your door that says we're playing board games right now.
No, just tell them there's board games.
You just yell it out your window. Puma! I mean, board games!
Someone's not allowed out right now.
Yeah, she sits on other people's lawn furniture.
Yeah. God forbid.
God
You can
forbid.
move into that lady's house.
Oh my gosh.
That was mine. Have a house.
What do I want to achieve in the next 2 years? My goodness, that's a long time.
It's secret ambitions. Brian and I can't answer because the FBI would arrest us.
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
yeah, that's none of your business.
I want to have the same job today that I have in 2 years. It doesn't
I'd
seem
like
like
to be
a lot,
gainfully employed in 2 years.
but I job hop quite often.
You do job hop.
And he wants
quite
at
a
least
So-
2 more years of them not catching on to how pointless his job is.
Yes.
Hopefully nobody above him at his work listens to this podcast.
bit.
Andy who? Let's look into this,
Wait
Jenkins.
a minute.
That's why Andy has to be nice to me all the time because I've been in all these meetings with managers and all that stuff. We always process things, and if I ever met Andy and we in some what was his team was problem, I'm like, that team doesn't actually need to exist.
Boom. Gone.
Hey, don't mention my team. Don't mention my name, please. Yeah.
We'll just call you J Bucket.
Yeah. I'm going to my next year at least, I'm going to improve my workplace environment
There you go.
to make it look like I'm more valuable.
Productive.
You're going to appear more valuable. I don't have a good. Still be working would be good.
You'd still be allowed to live in Katie's house.
That would be good too.
Somebody said your goal should be still be married.
Happily married.
Happily married. Let's go with
Let's not
happily.
go
just
He'd
still
be
be
happy. The thing is to make sure that she's happy.
Oh no, she's happy, right?
I could use a footy, Rob.
I mean, Jeremy's pretty simple, so he'll be happy under any circumstance practically. So.
I saw her boobs today. I'm happy.
To be fair,
yeah, Katie has actual goals in life, so
I-
Jeremy just has to just stay minimum.
I saw boobs. I played Destiny.
Yay, Destiny boobs. Boobs to knee.
it is kind of
Hey.
crazy to think about what.
Sometimes it's nice having somebody who's so happy all the time.
See, like a puppy.
Yeah, you have 3 puppies.
Until it's quiet time.
Well, yeah. Sometimes I'm happy and quiet. That sounded worse than I meant it.
If you're happy and she's being quiet, you're doing it wrong.
Even better, you could probably take the picture of you with the unplayable trash and just put that as another quote on it. It says, "Sometimes I'm happy and quiet."
We're happy when you're quiet.
Zappity.
Zappity.
Last one, Matt Ward Art asks, what are you most looking forward to next year?
Can't tell you.
TEP.
Yeah.
TEP
Brent?
was my answer, not part of the question.
Well, right.
What's TEP?
The-
Transfinite Emergence Projector that we're all going
the
to call
Convergence
the TEP.
Battle Engine.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It
me
makes
too.
Carl really angry when we call it the TEP.
It's really good.
What?
Yeah, it is.
I'm looking forward to
Carl's
the movie
like when we,
season.
5, 10
or not
straight
Carl,
turn.
but DC really hates it when we
That's
shorten his words.
ridiculous.
Or 2 with 5 dice damage. Or 2 with 5 dice to hit. Or some combination of those numbers.
That's ridiculous. We can't play this game anymore. Everything's OP.
What?
They should just
The
do
TEP
a-
is OP.
They should
You
just
down with
do a-
TEP? Hell, you know me.
What's it called?
What?
There's 2 of them now. We should do a third one of those. Third generation?
What?
Mark 3.
Mark
We should
3.
do Mark 3.
There you go.
There's 2 of them now. We should do a third one. With
Good.
the entirety of your descriptor.
Good job,
Just
Katie.
like-
There's too much power creep.
We should Mark 3 it. Done.
Mark 3 that motherfucker.
I'm looking forward to the most of the return of Swedish Muslim Jeremy.
Oh, I do miss Swedish Muslim.
He just
Jeremy.
has to get out of Guantanamo.
He's camera shy.
He's very
so he
camera
can do
shy.
like,
He's being waterboarded right now. He's not allowed out.
but he sounds the same. They pour the water. Is he talking or is that just...
Let's see. In a year, Arya will be a year and a half old, which means she won't be quite so bouncy
Oh, that's
anymore.
my goal. That's my goal by episode 200, is to have 0 animals that poo or pee in my house on the floor.
Are you counting yourself?
Yes,
Are
counting
you
myself.
counting house? Are you counting Professor Lust?
To be fair, he didn't poo or pee.
Well,
That we know of.
Something came out of an orifice.
Yes.
That's all. That's
Zappity.
all. Unless
Trouble.
there's more in the Twitch feed there. You see
There
any
was
good ones
not.
pop up? There was nothing.
Thanks,
Look at all the
Twitch
talking
feed.
going on there. It's moving now.
that
Well,
drives me nuts that when this gets broadcast, that Twitch feed comments has vanished to the ether. Like,
Yeah.
you never tell us what they say. So
If when my iPad's not dead, I do watch it too. But my iPad's dead today, so.
Well, okay. The Zappity Grumble question is: what is the manufacturer of your gaming table, or is it custom?
It's a custom
It's
table.
a custom table. They're
They're based in Minnesota.
yeah, and they're called
Something. It's a guy who makes custom tables for role-playing games.
yeah. It's called like.
I've seen pictures. I don't know about your manufacturer, but I've seen pictures of things
assuming
like
you're
that
gonna
that have
tweet
like the
pictures once
Yeah. As
uploads
soon
and
as
everything.
once we get it set up, I'm going to tweet out pictures. I'll put the information about the guy that made it too, because it is really, really awesome. But it's. I think it's called. Is it Hammered Gaming?
Is
It's,
price range a shareable thing?
I don't know. Katie would have to tell
Why
you.
does me? We never considered
the one that we got was about $1,100.
That's not bad.
No.
I mean, a grand for.
I mean, it's a
something
custom
that-
table with an inset 4-foot by 4-foot area for War Machine, and then like drink trays and food
shelves,
shelves,
yeah.
that are down below the
The
table.
thing is, I've seen pictures of people, like something will pop up on Facebook and like, you won't believe what this gamer's table, those clickbait shit, and they're always like $50,000
Yeah.
for this thing with like
No.
oak inlay and all this stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm like, that's neat, but I wouldn't. A grand
It's,
is not a
okay.
bad investment.
Exactly.
Hammered game tables.
That's what Hammered Game tables. Yeah. But yeah, it's really cool, and I'm very excited about it. And I've got a burned in on either end of the table Legion and a Retribution logo, which is pretty sweet.
No circle. Fuck you, Katie.
Well, no, it's for me. It's my table.
Yeah.
So
I paid for it, but that's fine.
your one thing that you're looking forward to in the next 2 years, that's already completed.
What's that?
About dogs and animals pooing and crapping in your home.
Because it's not my
Because
home.
it's not your house.
It's a professional callback.
Legit.
Recommendations then?
Yeah, we should jump to those.
Now the table isn't currently it isn't being delivered by Home Depot, right?
No.
Because
Because I'd have to call them then.
right.
No, he responds to my emails. So. Although he's really bad at reply all.
He is really bad at reply all. Katie always CCs me, and then his response always goes to just her. Like he always does reply, not reply all.
Nifty.
But yeah, I'm very excited.
So that's the last of those.
People will also get to see it because we're going to film the IKRPG session, which will be at that table.
Oh, sexy.
Yeah. Because it's going to go where our living room is now. The living room furniture is
We don't care anymore, Jeremy.
All right, fine. Make a recommendation, Brian.
Recommendations, let's go.
Go, go, go.
Go, Jeremy, go. Recommend you.
Nathan, you were saving it. Go.
I'm going to recommend a PC game series. The most recent one came out this year, and it was actually on the Steam sale yesterday, but it's Dominions. I played the shit out of Dominions 3, and the Dominions 4 came out, and it appears to be literally Dominions 3 again, but with slightly more options. It's kind of like, basically, it's a empire-building game, turn-based, kind of diplomacy-esque, but instead of just being like the leader of a country, you're actually an elder god, and there's all these elder gods battling to see who's like the one true deity, so you're all called pretender gods, and you design RPG style. You design your god with like the different elements that they're strong in, the spells they can get, because eventually they come out and they actually like stride around the battlefield doing shit.
Nice.
And that's kind of neat. And then you can get like more points by having them be dormant or imprisoned, and so you have to play more of the game without them. Like
Right.
they either start the game awake and then you just conquer all these heathen shitty guys with them, or they wake up later and they're just super powerful late game. It's a lot of fun. It's super overcomplicated. The instruction manual is like 400 pages.
Oh my gosh.
This game makes Civilizations look like tic-tac-toe.
Okay.
But it's really fucking fun if you're into those real just micromanagement. And one neat thing is that the battles, you move your armies around and it's turn-based and just they go to a sector.
Sure.
There's no like free move, and battles are fought in real time, but you have zero control. You have your troops and you put them into squads and you give the squads orders like, you guys should protect the leader, and you guys should rush forward, you guys should attack flanks, and then the game does that, but you have no control over the actual combat, which is kind of cool.
I would play
Or
that game.
infuriating. But it's really fun multiplayer. Single player, I mean, it's like Civilization. You play it single player, you'll just always win. If you can get some friends to play a multiplayer game, it's a lot of fun. If other people buy it, I would happily play it.
You have
I do
friends
suck.
you
I
play.
suck at it, so feel free to...
Have you played multiplayer?
Yeah, you can play it multiplayer.
Have you played multiplayer?
I played multiplayer once. It was a forum thing. It was people I never met in real life, but it was on a message board. We played. I got annihilated. I was playing as monkey people, and I just got destroyed.
Cool story.
That's
It's a lot of
actually
fun.
very
It
actually
really is.
tempting.
Remind
It's
me
Civilization,
later,
but you get to play as a god on the field with them, and
I'd
it's cool.
probably download it if you remind me later.
Okay.
My recommendation is for Nathan to remind me later to download that game.
Okay. Then you're actually recommend. Also, I rewatched Tucker and Dale versus Evil because that movie's great.
That is a fun movie.
I have a real recommendation. More movies should be made like quality of Hot Rod. I watched it right before I came here. I finished watching Hot Rod,
good.
and that movie's so funny.
haven't
Why
seen
are
it.
other movies not
Hey.
that funny?
Do you like Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
I do.
You know that guy who stars in Brooklyn
I
Nine-Nine?
do.
Yeah, so Hot Rod, that's him.
The whole cast is actually
The whole
in it.
cast is basically in
It's
it.
just like they all.
I've really never seen
Peralta's
it.
in
When
it.
you see- oh.
I was gonna bring it along because I knew when I recommended it, Jeremy would say I haven't seen it, but I just can't handle it anymore.
I haven't.
So all day.
What are you doing? What are you doing after this?
We
One of the
half.
reasons that I hate Will Ferrell movies, and I'm always so hard on Will Ferrell movies, is because all of them are shit compared to Hot Rod.
Okay, good to know.
Hot Rod is what every Will Ferrell movie wishes it was.
Nope. Negative. Negative
I
Ghost
like a Will
Rider.
Ferrell movie that's better than Hot Rod.
Lego Movie.
That's
I
not
don't-
a
I
Will
don't-
Ferrell
Ferrell
movie.
movie. I don't
You
know.
know what I'm
Will
talking
Ferrell
about.
is really,
The
really
Step
good as,
Brothers,
Step
like-
Brothers
the
is
things
amazing.
like- no, it's no Hot Rod.
Talladega Nights is an amazing film too.
No Hot Rod.
Will Ferrell is really good as like a side character. He's
I like him in
really,
Elf.
really
Alf is.
Elf is-
or as a
Elf is
main
a
person.
different
I've
film,
never
though, but-
seen Elf.
I think I don't know if I like.
Do you actually get Christmas spirity? Like, do you like Hooray for Christmas and everything?
Yeah.
Elf is a shockingly good actual.
It's
like,
okay.
it's got the whole Santa's in trouble and we all need to believe
It
in
needed
Santa. It's
slightly
actually
more nudity to make me really love it more.
Well, it did have Zoe Deschanel in the shower,
I know. That's what
but they didn't pan downward.
just a little bit more.
You shake your TV every time. You're trying to look down on the edge of the TV, hoping you can see.
Damn you, technology! I need 3D and.
Why isn't this a window?
All right, so that's my recommendation.
Andy,
That looked great on camera, I'll bet.
It's my hair.
Andy, one of the Shays recommendations.
Nothing.
I recommend Five Chives. It's a good one. It's fun. It's not that hard. It's quick.
That's a game I.
That's the third board game you've recommended this episode.
That's true.
The way Five Tribes plays, I
So one of
expect
those
if I
was a
play the
video
game,
game.
I expect to lose that game against Nathan every single time forever because that's the style of game I think is kind of your sweet spot.
Sure.
And that kind of game is where I actually love Five Tribes a lot, but it's a type of game where I struggle at the most to play.
Yeah.
But I think it's great, and I think it's a good recommendation. But I think that's a game where if I can like win that game, it's worth more to me because it's harder.
I
for my
felt
style.
really good about that game because I've only played it once so far, but the time I played it, I thought I broke the game wide open. I thought like, oh, I've just ruined this game, and I lost. I got second place by like 5 points or whatever, but I've used because I had a place. I basically ended up with one of my tiles. You played it, right?
Yeah.
One of my tiles had like 7 of the
But our
castles on it.
listeners may not have played it before. So what it is it's a garnish income game. And
Garnish income?
It's a
get income,
Gather?
gather income game. Anyway, and the palaces are worth 5, and there's palm. As well, each of the tiles are worth different amounts, and you can make the tiles worth more by putting castles or palm trees on it. And you can get genies that help you do special stuff.
Point is no exaggeration. I had a tile with 6 of those palaces on it, like
It
because
doesn't
I had
matter.
the god that you just got to place
just
one
put a
before
palace,
eight.
yeah.
and I just boom. And
Katie
still
had the one that
didn't
was
win.
just put down a palm tree. So
Yeah.
Which isn't as good.
I had the one that was just take
60% is good.
I had the one that was just take a tile.
It's good. Oh well.
I'm more amazed by the graphic on this Wasabi Peas.
The thing about
of the
Five Tribes,
character.
it's one of those games that has multiple. I love multiple paths to victory, and Five Tribes has multiple paths to victory.
It definitely
Yeah.
does.
Well, and you could tell too what each of us went to, because when Brian and I and Jeremy played, there was like each of us had like 1 or 2 categories where the other people had like 2 points, and then the person who went in that category had like 30 or 40
That
points.
game could suffer from analysis paralysis. So I
It
think
can.
some people, some groups might need to get a timer, like a 2-minute timer in someone's terms. Because I mean,
Yeah.
you could stare at the board for a half an hour, calculate out every single move, and at
Sure.
some point it's too much.
Yes.
So that'd be my only like. If you have I think Keith and our friend Tim would not ever.
I would
function.
never play that game with Tim.
We would just not be allowed.
Yeah,
They would not be
and
allowed.
Tim couldn't play with the timer because Tim literally couldn't finish
Yeah.
his turn until he calculated every single move.
Right.
Every
I
single
would be
angle.
unwilling to play
Yeah.
that game with Tim without a timer, and Tim would be unwilling to play that game with a timer.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
there you have it.
Yay,
Hooray!
Andy. Jeremy.
I had one.
I'm gonna recommend just go back and watch some old great shows on. Oh no! And I'll remember which show I was gonna recommend. It's a show that's on HBO Go. I don't know where it's available outside of this. It may be
Is it
available.
from HBO.
No, it's an association with the BBC as well.
Ah.
So I don't know if it's available on Amazon Prime or any other things. It's the House of Saddam, as in the House of Saddam Hussein. It's a four episodes of the
Andy,
retelling.
That was actually Arrested Development. I think you're confused. That was season 3.
I thought I was going to say. I was like, I'll
No.
let Nathan get this one.
Yes, I understand. No, but it was. It's basically a retelling of his rise to power and things that happened during his it basically covers like when he first becomes president.
So
Goes over.
documentary miniseries.
Yeah, it's not really a documentary, but
Uplifting tale.
what?
An uplifting tale. Of
Yes,
It's a
uplifting
rags to
tale.
riches tale.
Yes.
Good old plucky Saddam.
Yeah,
You could do it, Saddam.
tells about the things that happened before the first Gulf War, during the first Gulf War, and then his eventual capture in 2003. It's overall, it's pretty solid. I thought it was pretty interesting. Just interesting to see it from that point of view.
I just came up with a whole series about little plucky Saddam, a little animated series, and his catchphrases. Who's saying I can't do it? True story.
Wow, Nate.
I'm gonna
Alright.
market this shit.
Wow.
Next children's show.
So I came up with my recommendation. Katie and I went to see Into the Woods on Christmas Day, and I actually really enjoyed it. It's
Even
feel-
Zoot Suit crappy guy, because he's been shitty in every movie for the last decade.
He actually does a good performance, and his performance is only like 10 minutes of
yeah, he's like very
Okay.
small
Is it
role.
Who is this?
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp has a very, very small role. But actually, what I really like about it is it's music. Son of a bitch! What is going?
What just
There's
happened?
There's way too much electronics. This is not
What did he
good.
grab?
I felt like the movie was ruined because
Oh, is it the Green Apple
Yes,
High
God
Blues?
damn it!
in the last 10 minutes of the movie, or 20 minutes of the movie, they do one thing that is in line for a character's
Oh, these are
personality,
amazing. I know.
but is not in line for the other character's personality, and so it doesn't make any sense. And
Yeah.
while I feel that the character who it was in line with, it should have happened, it just shouldn't have been
With that other person.
with that other person.
Yeah, that was frustrating, but it's a major spoiler, and you guys haven't seen it yet.
You mean it changes from the original story, or is this?
So I don't know. I
No,
haven't. It's a
I
musical,
haven't
and I
seen
haven't
it
seen the
yet.
musical. So
Right.
And so I don't know that it does. It just is out of that character's personality.
it
Right.
feels very out of character. But in general, the show is really good. I really enjoyed all of the characters. Two of the characters are fairly ridiculous.
Except part of my beard.
Yeah, I did. Like, I mean, it's a retelling of a bunch of so it's like
Sure.
Little Red Riding Hood and the Baker and his wife and Cinderella and Rapunzel and like all mashed together, right?
And so then they put Frozen and Maleficent in towards
No,
the end
no,
to get the
for-
ratings
Yep.
to
No.
go up.
Was Mark? Was
Jack
Mike
and the
Myers?
Beanstalk. No, Mike Myers.
there.
No, Mike
so
Myers.
Shrek wasn't there.
No
either?
Shrek.
No, but Michael Myers was there.
Oh, he was. Okay.
I want to see that movie.
They go into the woods and it just gets slashed.
Anyway,
I
one
want
of-
to see that movie.
one of my
Grandma said
favorite
straight
parts.
ahead.
One of my favorite parts of the entire movie was, first of all, the prince from Cinderella is played by Kirk.
Yeah,
So him and the prince.
by
William Shatner.
William Shatner.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine.
It's pretty good.
So him and the prince for Rapunzel, who I don't know that actor's name, are brothers, and they have this duet that they sing that is the most ridiculous thing I've seen. Like, fully aware that this is ridiculous is Chris Pine. Like, the one prince like starts to open his shirt to like show off his manly chest,
He goes
and
like
Chris
this.
Pine's just like, fuck this, just rips his whole shirt open as they're singing in a waterfall and like splashing each other when they're trying to sing, and like it's just amazing. And I'm like, that was fantastic.
I love how they when you see a commercial for that movie,
Yeah.
they hide the fact they're singing.
Yeah,
You know,
you could barely tell it's a musical.
The trailers do not. The trailers in the
Yeah.
theater had music coming out its ass, but
Well,
the commercials
there's-
don't.
Whenever even in the theater, I never saw a scene from the movie. I mean, I knew it was musical,
Right.
But I'm just wondering. There has to be some people who went to go see it, and they're like,
And they're like, wait, this is a musical?
Someone
Oh yeah, like
Jim,
Sweeney Todd, the same thing
Yeah.
happened.
Like
Yeah.
Jim would have like just walked up and like punched the screen and laughed.
He would have been so mad.
Like, how dare you sing to me?
I kind of
I'm
want to go watch
against-
it again with the Jim and
I
not
really
tell him what
enjoy
it's about.
musicals,
I like
but,
music.
I like them too. Like I might see it at some point. It's just,
But it's fantastic, and I like that they're very true to the story. Like the huntsman cuts open the wolf's belly to pull out Red Riding Hood from inside the wolf's stomach,
Yeah.
and like shit like that.
Sew
like
it back up with stones.
they don't actually do that
No.
part, sadly. But some of that stuff that like gets left out of the classic Disney tales, like cut off the sister's toes and heels
Yeah.
to try to fit in the glass slipper, and like
Which and then Cinderella puts the slipper on, which I feel like would be really grody because it'd be like just oozing in blood.
They weren't glass; they were deer hide in the original story.
well,
It's
they're
just a
they're,
bad
gla-
translation.
they're actually
gold.
gold in this one. Yeah.
But they're not all Disney.
But they look like
so-
moccasins.
Well, that's because it's going back to the Grimm as
Aesop's
opposed
Fables
to
is
the.
basically
Yeah.
what it was.
No, that's
Um,
a Grimm.
But anyway, this is the conversation that Jeremy and I had because it's to pull off the goofy duet that they did and do a really nice job and not make it too campy. I think, takes an extraordinary amount of talent, but
Yeah.
it doesn't get recognized at any of the
No,
award shows.
it won't be.
That bothers me because pulling something off like that.
Yeah.
That's what I was bemoaning about earlier about spousal abuser getting the Academy Award over Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Is because Mystic River's a great movie. His role in it was really easy. It's like your daughter just died, cry a lot and shout, "Oh, why?" Like that's really fucking easy to do as an actor. You know, that's not, and then that gets you an Oscar. Whereas that duet in a waterfall
It's hilarious.
Well, it's like
and
District-
really hard to do.
And really hard to do
District
well.
that gets shit.
Well,
Really hard to
District
do well.
9's
Yeah.
aliens are actually you actually learn to like them, and they're cockroaches, where avatars are all happy and
Yeah.
fluffy, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, of course they're adorable because
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, like Disney Night was great. That you feel terrible about what's being done to the prawns in
Yeah.
District 9, and then you're like, if somebody was like, "Now, do you want one living next door to you?"
No.
no, no, fuck, I don't want to live. I mean, it's terrible they have to live over
It's
there.
unfortunate.
but they should still
Over
live
there.
treat them better,
Treat
but
'em
I
better
don't want them
over
in my
there.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
But the movie executes that,
it
and
does.
that's way more talented than really skinny, beautiful people are amazing, and we all love the Navi.
Yeah.
Red Letter Media has got an excellent video review of Avatar that goes into that, like
Yeah.
how the eyes are perfect. And
Yeah.
they're putting make him a cat and all
Yeah.
this other things.
I saw something recently about that I was talking about is Jake Sully starts to like them and does what they say and helps them out after he ponytail fucks the girl. The only other time that they are shown ponytail fucking things is when they mind control the wild beasts to do their bidding against their will. Like, Jake Sully was totally mind raped
fucked.
into submission. He didn't go native, he was brainwashed.
That's actually kind of amazing.
That's super awesome.
That is awesome.
Was that one? Click here for a new amazing take
It-
on Avatar.
No, it was a cracked article.
There you go.
Which
It was another one of those fan theories that make the movie better.
Yeah,
I
but
like the
you-
fan
you-
theory about Gandalf when he falls off the ledge. That was a really good one.
But all those fan theories, I usually see them off the clickbait. You won't believe your new take
Yeah,
on this movie.
no.
And I'm always like, I'm never going to click on you, fucker.
Yeah, I hate clickbait. I think there are a lot of things I dislike about Facebook, and one of them is people. Like, I'll be honest, I don't like most people,
People
and I don't.
are the worst
I don't.
part about
I
Facebook.
don't like. Even if I agree with you, like I've told Katie, there are people who posted things that, like, at heart I agree with your politics or your stance or whatever,
But
and I
shut the
still want
fuck
to
up, I
punch you
don't
in the
care.
face
Yeah.
for posting that. So anyway, I hate that about Facebook, but I hate it slightly less than clickbait. Very slightly less.
I hate when if they would have like called the article like click here to learn this thing. Like I want to click on it because the topic actually sounds interesting. But
Yeah.
they could have worded it. They didn't need to word it that way. So now,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah,
Gonna
now
click
it's
on
I
it.
clickbait.
hate the ones most that are first person. They're always like, I couldn't believe what happened. Fuck you. You can't believe anything because you're a robot.
Yeah.
You don't get to say, I can't believe what happened next.
You're not real.
I,
You don't have
I just
emotions.
realized. So you hear a lot of uproar about like television stations not being allowed or being dropped from certain providers because
Sure.
they didn't pay bills or they didn't have a deal go through. Like AMC had a big issue with I think DirecTV, I think it
Yeah.
was, or something like that. And there was like a big uproar. Maybe I'm just not paying attention to the right channels, but Dish Network just dropped Fox News. Because Fox News won't come to an agreement, and I'm like, I don't see any kind of uproar about this, and I could care less.
Well, the old people don't want to complain. They just call it. Like, it's not working.
Where's my racism? I need my racism. The
But-
blacks will get me.
I just found it funny though.
Thanks,
Fox
Obama.
News has been dropped, and
Obama.
really nobody cares.
I love the things Obama meme. It fits everything.
It is.
Oh,
it
that
is
should have been in my best
one of my
things about
top 3 memes.
That might be one of the best things in 2014 was the
Thanks,
such
Obama.
wow meme.
No, that one's terrible. The Shiva
No.
fuck you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Obama is always funny.
It is funny.
Dick Butt is always great because it always has effort put into it.
I
It
love
always
the
gets me.
Coral, the Coral.
Coral. Yeah.
and Obama are my two.
Oh, I wanted to. I kept
Coral?
meaning to.
Coral.
Coral.
I
Coral. They take shots from
Oh,
Walking Dead, and
yes,
it's him
yeah.
telling bad jokes to Carl, but
Yeah.
he calls him Coral,
Yeah.
which is always funny for some reason.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
the
I
greatest.
steal those jokes. I tell them to Raylene. She looks at me angrily, and then I just lean in and whisper Coral in her ear, and then she just punches me.
I don't think I spend as much time on the internet as you guys.
You want to be promoted to a manager?
Yeah,
have
you wanna do
responsibility.
work.
My other favorite memes are the confession tigers. There's the confession bear,
Sure.
which is the bear. The confession tigers are like those, but they're always like a twist and terrible. Like one of the more recent ones I saw was I really feel that my daughter's school uniform is overly slutty, And then the second line is, that's one of the advantages of homeschooling her.
Wow.
They're wonderful. They're always terrible, and they're fucking hilarious.
Oh my god.
On that note,
On that note,
One of the advantages of homeschooling.
farewell 2014. We barely knew thee.
yeah, we'll see you guys next
See
year.
you later,
See you
sons of
guys
bitches.
next year.
I'm the best.
Around. Oh my god, that's terrible, Nate.
That's like nowhere near the top 10 most terrible of the Confession Tiger ones.
Oh. What do you...
He's probably still recording.
Probably.
He's a naughty guy. Trying to catch us doing things. Because this is the time when normally I'll just
Time
start
to
making out.
masturbate.
That was another one of them.